Live Ladies Podcast.
There's an echo.
I gotta finish this.
Okay. Is it better now? No?
Robert, I think you gotta mute up, baby.
All right. Is everybody here? Is it better? It sounds better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Welcome, guys, to the Live Ladies Podcast. And this is episode number 4. We are killing these shows. We are getting to these problems and these solutions. And I am having a ball, just like I hope my queens and my kings are. Tonight, what we are doing is we are letting the king come on too. You know, we're definitely going to give you the women's perspective. but we're also going to have the men's perspective a little earlier. I got a couple of not complaints, but a couple of people was like, hey, we kind of wait too long to get on, as men. So I understand that. I know y'all got, rebuttals and stuff for us. So we definitely going to do that. If y'all want to cam up, y'all can now. Again, as I always do, I say we always sit in a room, as ladies, and we talk about these topics. Now, again, what I usually do, I like to do, because I like to see the faces of my ladies when I break out the topic for them, right? It's just something that I like. Okay, so they don't know what the topic is yet, but they did pick this topic. Shout out to the beautiful Miss Oshun, because she definitely reminded me that this was an explosive topic, and this was just the night to do it. So everybody give love to Miss Oshun, because when she said it, I was like, "Oh yeah, we going up."
Miss Oshun.
While I'm doing that, yes, hey, while I'm doing it, I want everybody to introduce themselves. We're gonna start. Goddess to a Demon, introduce yourself and please tell them where they can find you, where they can subscribe, where they can DM you if they got a marriage proposal, whatever it is,
So let me just go on record and say that my DMs are closed. I am not in the market for a marriage proposal. However, I can be found on all streaming platforms under Goddess to a Demon. My podcast is called Unhinged While Anchored. And I am going to be launching a new episode live very soon with some very lovely ladies that will be very familiar. So look for that in the upcoming weeks. And other than that, I'm just here to try not to be the villain tonight. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. Next up, we got Miss Oshun. Please tell them where they can find you at. Please, Queen.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes, I am Miss Oshun. And as always, I can be found at Miss Oshun Possible on social media. You can also find me on YouTube. I have a few YouTube channels, predominantly The Love Experience. And I also have Game of Dragons and a few other ones, but those are my main pages to find me. Of course, I have other material that I produce on Instagram under my Arisha Books, but that's just my business. But this is me right here, so you can catch me all day right in on these different places, so you don't have to look far.
Yes, all right. Thank you. Next up, we got Corset. Corset, tell them where they can find you, Queen.
Hello, I'm Corseted Comedian. You can find me on Instagram as Corseted Comedian, on TikTok, on Facebook. I am Delilah, Delila, in Las Vegas. I am a chef, comedian, and dominatrix. I'm an entertainment package. Probably not as affordable as you think, gentlemen, but please get in my DMs and propose, because I love rejecting men. It is my favorite thing to do. I rejected 2 proposals this week. I'm a little light, so get in my DMs so I can say no. Thank you for having me, Evo. Yes. And I embrace my villainy. I do.
Yes, we got all types of queens here. We're gonna have fun today. Next up, we have the Queen Chocolate. Oh, Chocolate Thunder tonight. I like that.
Chocolate Thunder tonight. Don't ask me nothing about what I do. I do this. Let's go. I do this.
All right.
You ain't trying to get in my DMs and you ain't trying to do nothing. So just don't do that. I don't feel like talking to you. Let's stop it. Why you keep doing it? You know what I need. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, but yes, I am so happy to be here. Much love to all the ladies. Much support and power to you guys. I'm just ready to wreck it. Let's cause a ruckus.
Yes, tonight is the night. Y'all thought we was playing. We just had to get, y'all comfortable with us. And yeah, now we definitely going to
Right. Let's
Thank
do
you,
this.
Queen. Next
Yes.
up, we got the Queen
I'm so
Ruby Doll.
sorry. I forgot to say,
Oh, okay.
I'm not under YouTube under Chocolate Thunder. That's just my stage name. So you have to look for Chocolate Earth Foundation. And all my stuff is on my page. And you're more than welcome. Have questions, join, not join, talk shit. Doesn't matter. You're welcome. Thanks.
All right. All right. Thank you. We got the Queen Ruby Doll. Tell them where they can find you at, Queen.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Shout out to all the queens up in here. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. I'm one half, and I'm actually your favorite Samoan. So if you don't have one, that's me. You can reach me just by going on my website, which is motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. I'm no longer taking dominatrix appointments, but I'm looking to be a submissive kitty. That's a very lucky individual. Let's just say that. Bam.
All right. All right. I ain't mad at that. We got all types of ladies here. Where else you going to find this? On YouTube. I'm just saying. And last but not least, we have the Queen Jam. Tell them where I can find you at, Jam. How you doing, Queen?
Well, hey, everybody. I hope everyone's doing good. I eventually got to come with a picture. I'm just happy to be a guest. I'm on the stage. Wait. But
That's
I'm
right,
only
Jan.
on Instagram. I'm only on Instagram right now. 1J, 8 A's, all the dramatics. Nice to meet everyone.
All
Nice
right.
to see you again.
Yes.
All right. Now I didn't put the comments up yet because I want to put the topic up. But when I tell you, y'all gonna crack up when y'all see. Shout out to Instagram. All my people on Instagram. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support. Also on Facebook. Thank you. Also, I appreciate the support. I found a way for all those comments to come over here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jesus. All right. Now, ladies, are y'all ready for this topic? I've been waiting all week to get y'all this topic. Come on, Miss O'Shoe. This is how we going to it. Here we go.
Okay.
Voila. I could have made it bigger. Now, I don't know. The topic of tonight for episode 4 is, do men really prefer, I can't say the word, BIHs. Y'all know what I mean. Yes, do they really prefer that? And I'm talking about our men. I just didn't want to leave nobody else out, right? But we're talking about our men of color. Now, if you don't like the word, the BIH word, I understand it. I found out there were a lot of definitions for the, the BIH word. There was nasty attitude, aggressive woman, ghetto woman, even poor woman. And I couldn't understand that one. I got a couple of clips and everything. I just want to tell y'all exactly where this comes from, right? I was doing a little research, right? And what I do, I usually go on YouTube and get clips, right? Now, every clip referred back to a book. The book was, let me make sure I got it right. It was Why Men Love BIHs, right? Now, it had a lot of chapters. There was one specific chapter. This book, it was called From Doormat to Dream Girl. Now, I never read the book. The book is kind of long. I didn't get a chance to read it. But the way it was summarized was crazy, right? And this book came out in 2002. So it's been out for a while. If y'all want to check it out, it was October 1st, 2002. The author was Sherry Argon. I hope I'm saying that right. Y'all can look into that. That's not what this one is about, though. You get what I'm saying? We are trying to figure out, do our men really want us to treat them a certain way? Can we be nice, prissy, and loving, or we just going to stand on business all the time? You know what I'm saying? No, Rashad, I'm not going to do that, Rashad. You know what I'm saying? You want to eat, you know where McDonald's is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Listen to me, though. Okay, so I think, to start off, I think we need to clarify when somebody, because I see Simon in there, he confused already. when I say a chick is a bet. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she's poor, because you got rich females that is whole bitch. Seriously, you got poor.
Oh, that's the word. Okay.
Yeah, like you like when I say like you just a whole bitch. You see what I'm saying? Like that has
Why are we
with
not saying the word? Wasn't I encouraged to say the word bitch today? What's going on?
No, because I like my channel. And
they
will take it. Yeah.
The first,
okay.
yeah, I think it's the first 15 minutes is certain words you can't say, something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know the rules. My fault. Back on.
Yeah, just like you can't say your DMs are closed because B stacking says you capping.
Thank you, Ruby.
B-Stack needs to stay in the comments.
Shout out to B-Stack.
B-Stack likes to hang out with succubuses. I'm good.
B-Stack, I appreciate you, brother, for having my back and scaring away my abuser. Love you, buddy.
Y'all is crazy.
Y'all crazy.
What I'm saying is this: when they ask the question. Oh, look at him. Look, Delilah. Okay, there y'all go. That's what I'm talking about right here. Like deep down, there is that desire, but we call it the B, right? But in reality, that's not what it is. That's really not what it is. And I know I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, but I've heard men give the same perspective, that really there's certain traits that the B has that they don't like on top, because it kind of like prevents them from doing what they want to do. But there's traits that the B has that they absolutely are in love with, but it's like you got to take the water with the wet. But that's the thing. Yeah. The B, like they say that the girls love the bad boys, they love the B's too.
Yes, definitely. That was the best thing I heard yet, because I didn't even think of it like that. And I watched like a million videos to try to get y'all something that kind of, something that we kind of got, through, or just see what the men, think. And we got Robin up here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hit Robin up in a minute. Any of the other men, if y'all want to come up, I have the link. It is in the chat, so y'all can hit that at any point in time and come up, all right? All right. And salute to We Up, B Stacking Jokes. Yes. Salute to Simon. Hey, Simon, seen a long time. Now I have a couple of clips, right? This is what I want to ask, though, before I play the clip. Y'all know I always ask y'all, what does the topic mean to y'all? You get what I'm saying? Like, can any other women? I know me and Miss O'Shawn told y'all like kind of what we thought it was. Anybody else want to tell me what they think it is before I play some of these clips that's gonna make y'all upset? I'm just saying.
I truly don't think that they prefer.
Who gonna go? Either Goddess or Ruby. Who gonna go first? Go ahead, Goddess.
I don't believe that they prefer those. It's just they're more easily understood than the more traditional woman. There's a little bit more work involved for a traditional woman versus a more modern woman. Not to be insulting, it's just there's a little bit more hoops you have to jump through.
Okay, all right. I respect it. Ruby, what you think? Ruby, you on mute? Oh, there you go. All right.
I'm sorry. Hold on for a second. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Anybody else want to go before Ruby come back?
No, I just wanted to say, go ahead. Keep happy to go. You first.
Is your connection okay?
Yeah, I'm moving around my house. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. My only question, just real quick, before we watch your clips, is how this correlates to their relationship with their mother.
Oh, y'all be hitting the nail right on the head.
That was deep now. That was deep.
That was super deep.
But it's very true. I 100% agree with that. When that part of it.
I would agree with you 100%.
I can't stand my mother, but I think I'm pretty good.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna get to it. It's so many comments that I can't possibly put them on there, but I'm gonna do it. Just let me get this clip up. Let me ask you something. Since we do have a brother up here, I just want to ask you. You know what I'm saying? don't know if I should leave you till later or not, because I really want the woman to chime in before we get a man. But you know what I'm saying? Robin has such good ideas. Okay, Robin, can you give us a little taste okay, just tell me if men really do love bees. Like, just tell me what you think. Yes or no? And you know.
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like most guys got a team of women that they prefer to be around, whether they are sexing them or not. And my personal preference as a dude, I like hoochies, because hoochies are like Karens, but could fight. You know what I'm saying? So I personally, I'm married to a hoochie. I hang out with a bunch of hoochies. I've raised a bunch of hoochies. So I'm pretty cool in the hoochie space. I don't really care for that word, although I use it quite a bit, but it's usually with dudes, because a lot of them do act like girls a lot of times. So that's the best way to get a nigga in his place or to make him want to fight. Either way, I win. And and that's pretty much my attitude. But I also want to please allow me to say thank you, ladies, for having me. I feel very special to be here, and I'm staying in the pocket and in the corner and quiet and open the jar if need be.
Ooh, you're a smart one.
We're glad to have you here.
Not
We really
you.
are.
You said I got hair. Respect me. Come on, that's too easy. Let's go. I can't.
Before you play the
Can't
clip,
tonight. I can't.
Sure.
Go ahead, baby.
Somebody
But
want to say something
before
before I
you
play the clip?
before you play the clip, if all men are dogs, don't they need a bee to be in charge? I'm just saying.
Hey, I wanted to add this piece I found today. Let me. Oh, hold on. My sister was going to kill me. So, anyway, y'all didn't see that. Cut that out of the thing. So, anyway, I'll say it again.
Yeah, cut that out of the live, you guys.
Yes, please. Take that out. Just you move. I can't do that.
Wait,
So,
now
anyway,
listen,
listen.
what happened?
So,
Let me ask y'all, what y'all think about that? They're more modern than traditional women these days.
okay, so this is what I wanted to say to you and the rest of the ladies. Tonight, I would really if we're gonna do this and play in this pool, let's come up with the parameters. Meaning, when we discuss a traditional woman, we need at least a top 5 or top 3 list of what is that descriptor. What is a woman who is, instead of just throwing these blanket words, let's deal with the traits. Why would these people have them? We know that this goes on. It's a circle. It never breaks.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be people who go into bad relationships. There are going to be people who go in good relationships. But I was reading this, and then I'm landing. I'm interested in words, like how they, are broken down, how they get here, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. The word, oh shoot, I forgot the verse. Well, anyway, there's a word in the Bible that's used about 30 to about 40 times, and that is like, we were helpmates. The original word is rescuer. So they have been studying, like, I love this kind of stuff, because I know that there were things, just like words mean different now to us. Come on, you can't tell me that they wasn't changing it up. So I wanted to throw that out there.
So let me put some characteristics on traditional. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm getting my listen, I will show y'all my screen when I can, but I'm about to take notes. So we're gonna start this. You got me with the traditional women, right?
I got you with the traditional woman, but I would say this: traditional woman or non-traditional woman, both women can be equally a beast.
Yes, of course. So I just
think
to help it be smoother is to pick on the characteristics. That way we not. I just don't want to have no conversation that don't make sense. Anyway, so here you go.
So for me, doesn't argue with a man.
Okay, traditional. No,
hold on.
Okay, so sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
They don't argue. Okay, all right.
Keeps
Do
her
they
clothes
argue with
on.
women?
Absolutely. Duh.
Okay, so
keeps her clothes
not
on.
All right, so I'm gonna play. Go ahead, Deotis, I hear you.
For me, this is just me, the cursing thing. There's decorum, propriety type mannerisms. I don't entertain men coming into my DMs. There's propriety again. Those are just a few for me. I probably am not the best example, but a more chaste experience. My sexuality is reserved for my husband, not for public consumption.
Why are we defining a traditional woman when the issue is a man can pick you because you're a traditional woman on the surface, but then truth be told, you like my mother, you very traditional, but you the worst bitch he'll ever lay eyes on, and he'll never want to get married again after you.
Well,
Absolutely, I agree with you
I
on
will
that
say
too.
this, don't
Bam.
you
Ooh,
The
you're
only-
so soon.
when I say
Wow,
this is why I
know
said
that.
I think we have to close these parameters, because the reason we don't get anywhere with any kind of real feedback is because we're generalizing it to the max, and we're not even let's ease back a little bit. Why not break it down to who these traits belong? Because it's the traits, no matter the body. It is the traits. They can be dipped in any color, they can be shaped in any way, and we have either encountered them, married them, slept with them, or got rid of them. So that's why I said I think, and also too, to get the male perspective, I also think we have to narrow it down, because we get the same answers when we ask the question. So what is it that men are looking for? And they'll throw out words like submissive. What this, like, those aren't traits.
Always.
Like, come on now.
Okay. Can I read the list that I understood just now?
Sure.
Because I tried to write it down. Doesn't argue with men. Propriety. I don't even know what that means, but I wrote it down. Reserved, no cursing, boring in bed. Is that the gist of a traditional woman?
That's what you read.
That sounds like a vanilla woman. That's
Yeah,
what they
vanilla.
call
That is
vanilla.
vanilla.
That's
But
vanilla.
that's not understood what we just agreed
I-
upon.
She would be
so-
called
traditional
square.
women according to each
So
person?
pardon
else
pardon
has a definition?
my ignorance. I apologize. I'm a little confused. I just want to ensure, I want to see where we made that jump from me having a sexual conversation publicly to the tenacity of my degree
Okay,
in the
that wasn't
bedroom.
fair. Okay, so no, so that goes under, so it would be no sexual conversation.
I
No,
don't
no,
have
no, we're gonna talk about
conversations
some sex now. Wait a
sexually.
minute.
I don't entertain those conversations with men who are not my husband.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Goddess may not want to talk about it, but we're gonna hit on that thing. I'm
Does
sorry.
anyone else have a different idea of what a traditional woman is, by any chance?
That's what I thought we were
Well,
gonna do,
wait,
ladies. Let's
that's not
just
the, we talking
Right.
about the bees.
right. Let's talk about the women and what
I
those
was putting the same
characteristics
to me.
are.
Traditional woman and the bees is one and the same.
Mhm.
Just
You think the traditional woman is the bee? I thought the modern woman would be more the bees, wouldn't it?
I'm
They can
traditional.
all be. They can all be bees.
Well, yeah, that's
I
Right.
identify as traditional, and I know several people can vouch for me being a bee. So
I think it's, but you know what? We're really not going to
What is
ever have a true basis of those bookends that are trying to be created, because there's a different mindset. You know, there's different definitions of what a traditional is, like Lola was trying to express. Like, we can put whatever color bow we want on it for the parameters of this conversation, but in actuality, it's still not going to fit. You know, it's just a mindset. A traditional mindset is more geared towards I don't know. I can only speak for myself.
So you
I
know
am looking
what?
to be a helpmate and not a partner.
I want to play one video, right? But since there's so many brothers in here, I got another video for y'all. I kind of want to play first, but you know what? I'm gonna play this
Run your
video
video.
first.
Sis. Run your video.
That second video gonna start a fire. So let me.
Let's go. Come on.
Ease us into it, baby.
Not that I want to
Yeah.
fight. I just say
I'm gonna ease y'all to it. It's about to be an explosion. I'm gonna ease y'all.
Slowly, very slowly. Let's lube it up.
So you just gonna put the head in first,
Just
or are you just gonna let our underwear touch?
Yeah. And y'all, this is my first time playing a video with everybody in the room. So hopefully this worked out.
Say the opposite. This gonna work. We speaking life, baby.
I love
It's
it.
gonna work.
Can y'all see it? No. Here we go.
No, we can't see it.
Yes,
Now
I
we
can.
Oh, dope.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can't hear it, right? So here we go. That should work. Let's see. Let's try one more time.
Wait, did the video play?
It's playing.
I'm just messing.
So I can
I'm just
try it.
messing with you.
So I can
You
try
got it. You got it. I was just teasing.
I couldn't hear it, right? Could y'all hear it?
No,
I didn't.
See it, baby.
Couldn't hear it. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time. I did a new show and it worked. Let's see. Let's see. I was doing a lot of prayer then. The stuff we talking about tonight, I ain't gonna be able to pray like that.
Hey, Sister Evolution, did you get on that Church News podcast or live?
Can y'all see it? I don't know why you can't see her.
I can see.
We can see
Refresh
it.
Let's see the video, right? Let's see this.
Yeah, there it
There
is.
you go.
Y'all see her moving?
Yeah.
Woman that knows how to play with a man's emotions. So that means, first of all, she knows how to really caress a man's ego. She knows how to make him feel special. She makes you feel like a king. She makes you feel like you are the man. She doesn't need anything from you. She never requires more. She's always satisfied, you know? At the same time, she doesn't need you. You can always feel that sense of independence and that detachment in the background. At the same time, she does show her desire for you. She does show her respect, her appreciation. So she makes you feel extremely good about yourself. What happens is after she takes you to this high, she takes you to the low point. She starts losing interest. You start feeling like she's slipping through your fingers, like she is not as interested. Maybe she doesn't text you as often. Maybe the sex isn't the same. So a lot of men start to invest more in her because they don't want to lose her. She makes them feel really good. You know, they can invest in terms of money, in terms of time, affection. And, you know, she has this sense of independence. And an extremely important quality about herself is that she doesn't need you. Now, the good girl is a girl that is trying to be perfect, that tries to do everything right, that does anything to keep the man around. You know, she always gives 100% of herself. And the man doesn't really feel like he's gonna lose her. He feels like she's there, she's mine, she's not going anywhere. At the same time, she's needy. She needs the man. You know, she needs him to make her feel good about herself, to make her feel happy, to provide whatever it is. So she needs him. The bitch doesn't need him. She wants him. Sometimes she doesn't, and that's what drives them crazy. But the good girl, she doesn't do that. She's clingy, and a lot of men feel suffocated by how much attention and love she needs, and a lot of times they take her for granted. So these are the two extremes. None of them is actually good or healthy. The best is to find a balance.
All right, now I hope y'all was listening. I know she was a woman of the other persuasion. I saw somebody say this is a blonde chick. I understand. But I understand. But they got something to say too, because I learned a lot. She hit on every type of woman. And then, do y'all be listening to the clips? Because when I heard it, I said, oh yeah. They not playing. She technically said that the what the men call the modern woman they don't really need a man. They let a man know, I don't really need you. I want you, which a lot of women have been saying. And they said the so-called traditional woman or the good girl is needy. Men kind of walk all over them. Like, she kind of have our rhetoric, though. If you listen to her, you get what I'm saying? What y'all thought about that video?
I
First off, sorry.
I disagree with her. And honestly, with the level of disagreement I have, I personally would prefer a man to respond to that. But as far as like my response to her, I think what she said about the good girl makes sense, right? Now, obviously, a man can confirm that. It makes sense. But when she talks about, well, the so-called heightened interest of men in bees, right? Or, you know, or whatever. I don't think she understands truly that anything that creates a sense of rejection, right, creates a heightened sense of interest in it. It's not a matter of being a bee or not. For instance, if I tell you, do not think about monkeys right now, a monkey just came to your mind. Like I just told you, don't think about it, and that's the only thing you're thinking about right now. That's how the human brain works. So it's like she has, I think she is trying to make an assessment on something, right, based on her cultural understanding of how to treat men. We're not going to skip over that, okay, because they're very passive aggressive on that other side, all right? But I don't think she's looking at it from a holistic point of view, because she's mixing things. And one more point before Goddess jumps in. When she talks about a bee takes a man to a high point and then drops him, no. By default, when you are somebody that naturally can take a man to a high point, when you do that, by default, when he's not at that high point with you, it's the lowest point, because the higher you take somebody is the lower they're going to fall when they come off that high. So that's not a matter of being a bee or not. That's just a reality. And I don't think she really hit on what that bee mentality is like, because truth be told, when we talk about a chick that is a good woman versus a bee, like, we're not talking about like what she was directly speaking to. But again, I'm just speaking from a woman's point of view. I think a man could better answer her, but that's just me.
Yeah, they feeling what you're saying, Nola. I'm seeing true.
All the ladies and then get Robert's response, because I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Everyone gives their point, and then we hear Robert's response.
I'm sorry, ladies.
We all wrong.
I think there's a huge.
I'm having technical problems.
We can hear you.
Yes.
We hear you good.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I truly do believe that there's this misconception of a good girl just being a welcome mat. You know, we have boundaries. We have all the same, you know, standards that a quote unquote modern person has. It's just a different mindset, right? I am looking to be a wife, so I'm looking to be in second position. So of course I'm going to come from a different avenue than somebody else that may be just looking for a means to make life easier in a form of a partnership. So I don't think that as a good girl, that makes me a welcome mat.
Okay. All right.
Because don't get it twisted. I could be a bee.
Don't get it twisted.
I wanted to say a couple of things about that video, you guys.
Sure.
First of all, I feel like that was cute. Okay, that was cute. Homegirl's little TikTok. But it's like, and I could see myself in various moments of my life being one or the other. She just called it her little name and made it cute, right? But then at the same time, it's like Mr. Reese said something about, to the effect of, if we were really listening, that they don't need a bitch, they don't need a good girl, they need a team. And I'm not talking about any polyamorous shit. Hold on. I feel, just my perspective, is that put a pin in the mother thing, because that's important. But at the same time, it's like there's a story about the person who was hired to invent the most the best pasta sauce. Let's just say that. This is all relevant. So he gets hired by Prego to find what the best pasta sauce is, when he realized there's no fucking best pasta sauce. There's vegetable garden, there's creamy whatever the fuck, and there's other different types because we all have different taste buds. We have different palates. So what works for Rue, like I said, I could be very domineering in some areas, but ultimately I would like to just melt like butter in somebody's arms and you just rubbing on my head. At the end of the day, that's what a motherfucking wants. But I want to be sure that when you're rubbing my head, you're not trying to stab me or take my shit or violate my home, you know? So there's certain things, like I was the total like good girl or floor mat. I was definitely that. And also I was also a person who didn't let people in because I'm like, I don't like how you said that. I don't like how you eat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like something about the way that you're doing that. And it was just me. It was all coming from me. So I had to realize, like, Rue, what do you want, Rue? And then I realized also is I happen to be a person who's fluid in my sexuality. I don't know whether I like somebody unless I spend some time with them. And I might fall in love that day. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, what is it? And I think that all of the women here have such valid points, but I'm still scratching my head. Like, I just feel like it's just about what motherfuckers want and you defining those for yourself. Traditional, modern, whatever. Like, I barely learned what those words mean.
You know what? I respect that because I feel kind of literally like Ruby does with the, I'm going to need to get the full package before I know I want you in my life. I mean, the full package. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it'll let me know whether I want to be a good girl, whether I want to be a bad girl.
See, and I don't want the package until I know that we are moving towards something. I don't want your random packages. You know, that's why we have post office boxes.
Me, I'm gonna need a package.
You know, you will not get the address directly. It's just not going to happen. You get a P.O. box and I will open it at my leisure. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's my time. Thank you.
I think something that stood out about that video to me is that she mentioned that a good woman lifts a man up, like they make his ego feel good. And that's a point that I disagree with because I don't want my man to thrive in his ego. And I don't want to boost you to a level where I know it's really just me deceiving you because you're deceiving yourself. You know what I mean? So I think I would rather be truthful with my man and we work through honesty. And if you want to elevate, then we should go there next instead of your ego.
I respect that. And let me ask you, it's some good questions.
I know this is out of pocket for me. I'm gonna stroke his ego, but it's gonna be in the bedroom. Public facing.
Now we want to talk about the bedroom. Nah.
No, look. I gently listen. I'm gently tipping a toe. I'm gently tipping a toe into an alley. I'm not walking into it, okay? I'm just saying that there's divisions. There's some divisions, you know.
She wanna stick her head around the corner. Where you come from?
Be like, hey y'all, I'm here. I'm just out in the living room. I'm in the living room, y'all. I'm in the living room.
Now we have got a question that's gonna go into my next video. So make sure you stay around because I'm gonna want you to come up on the panel after I play this video, right? But I see what he's saying here. He said, I don't know how many women on here are actually married, which always comes up, right? He said, but if it would be a good idea, it might be a good idea to have married women, have single women. Now we have that. We have married women up
Hold
there.
on, Evolution. Let me address We Up really quick.
Can we finish going around? Can we finish going around and address the comment?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a second. We Up. Let me just say this.
Is that okay?
Let me say this really quick. We Up. Stay in the comments, sir. We don't want your gray sweatpants up here. Just listen.
Nah, we need them gray sweatpants.
No. Keep your gray sweatpants in the comments, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on.
No, don't be
Okay, so
sorry,
before we
because you
get to
like
that
if you a
comment,
good
remind us to
boy.
share my thoughts on the video.
Mhm.
So, I completely agree with that video. I've played both roles, and I find playing the middle, playing between both, is the best way to attract them forever. And it's you bring the ego, and I have fun playing the game. I'm a people watcher, especially men. I grew up mostly with men. I work in 2 male-dominated fields, and the stroking of the ego, and then you drop it really fast. It's a fun game. So I completely agree with the video. Where she said how you move, but I
You know
only
what?
move in the middle if I really care about you. So I will either lean heavier on one and lean heavier on the other. If I don't care about you, I'll be the good girl, and I'll be annoying and needy and desperate because I want to break it, but I don't want to be the one at fault.
So I'm actually really, you know what? There's a word that she used, and I actually meant to touch on that too. Being good doesn't mean needy. There's a lot of strong women that are good women. You know, it doesn't mean that I need to know where your location is 24 hours a day. If I haven't heard from you in 14 hours, that means you're cheating on me. You know, there's a lot of maturity that comes with being a good girl as well. You can still pour love into your man without stroking an ego, and you can still be appropriate and have decorum in different rooms. I think a lot of times we forget that the word "and" exists. You know, we don't have to be either or.
But that's how you feed a man, is stroking the ego and validating.
You know, I'm thinking stroking the ego usually is when you want something, right? That's what I do it for.
I'm stroking his ego.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to keep him lifted up so he can lift something up for me or something. I don't know, like it ain't.
I don't believe in manipulation tactics. I truly don't believe in that. If I love you, I love you. There's no, oh, I'm going to get this if I love you a little harder today. I think that goes against the basic principle of a union.
Well, even the good girl's manipulating.
Yeah,
she's still
this is what I'm saying. Like the redefining the definition has always happened. I don't know why in this space we act like we can't have different definitions for that word. Yes, some people look at it and go, okay, yeah, you didn't speak to me. Okay, you a bitch. Okay, dude, for real. Like that's all you got. Or you got, you know what I'm saying? I think what has to be said, and I'm not speaking for, you know, the women on the panel or women in the chat, but I will say this. Hold on real quick so people know I ain't playing around with you. Okay, listen. I'm starting dark. The sun going down.
Gang.
I was eating. I'm not even going for it. I was back here eating lunch. I was like, ooh, this. Okay, anyway, sorry. There's a couple of things I typed down because I wanted to not miss anybody's point. But what I was saying was this. We are a society that has brought in the last 3 generations a particular standard as far as what it looks like to be in a positive relationship, right? We see it in magazines, we see it in books, we see it in videos and movies. We know when they're trying to push that, family values, things like that. These things exist, right? We know that. I think it's a inability to put your armor down. The best advice I got from my father was this. Yes, I love to talk, but when I want to know something, I'm listening. Don't keep talking, baby. Get all about yourself. Because when you make a person feel safe, and that I think that's also something that hopefully we can talk about more. When we say need you, not need you, all that stuff, let's talk about the thing that we're looking for is your value. Do you value yourself? Do you value a relationship? What about your moral game? Like, are we out here Bonnie and Clyde, or do you got your credit straight? Like, how do you make me feel? Now I need to come out of my life to come into yours, but you can't make a safe space for me. And there is where I think
Yeah, what's
men,
up? What's up? What's up?
hello,
Hey,
they
B Stack, hold on 1 minute. We're gonna get to you.
they
No, we're not.
do themselves a disservice because you're still playing in something that hasn't changed for almost 200 years. That game don't work no more. Y'all see this. Women have decided to walk away because that game is whack. You don't have
Yeah.
anything to offer me outside of things.
Ooh.
Your body, your money, your home, your car. But if I ask you, well, what about your soul? What do you think about yourself when nobody else is around? Who are you? And if you
I
can't tell
think
me
I
who
came
you
in at the
are,
wrong time.
no, you good. I'm about to finish.
Well,
If you don't
yeah,
know who
mute
you
up, buddy.
are,
Mute up. She
please.
preaching and you been talking. Mute up. Go ahead,
Don't-
Chocolate. Keep preaching, baby.
I'm trying not. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to preach at y'all.
Lola, I know Lola face. We
You
know
couldn't
he
even
got
stop
some
himself.
Instagram. That's why it's a little thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
The truth made
I'd
him run.
much rather say
The truth made him run away. You was
No, I'm
go
not.
back to the soul part. Go back.
I am a I am a woman who is I'm a hopeless romantic. Hardcore. I love it. I refuse to dabble in it, but I love it. Because I be like my sister and my mom used to watch Hallmark and Lifetime and all that. And I'd be like, boo, that's
My
not
bad.
good. Don't play that in my house, bro.
the only thing that I ask, I don't ask for a man to come to me with anything. The only thing I ask for him to come to me with is an open heart. That's the only thing else. Because if he comes to me with nothing, we can build and be richer than any other person. I just need you to be open to loving in a different way. That's all I require.
So you want a man to come to you with less than $30,000 a year?
Hey, I can't wait
That's
to hear
not a character. That's
She gonna snatch up a
apologize.
husband in a minute. Then she can grab herself a homeless husband from the 7-Eleven any second now. Wash them off, baby.
you know, I can appreciate the lack of understanding, but if you were in my position, you would recognize that I see greater value in the man than a job, a car, any of those outside factors that can be taken away in a day.
Yes,
I put my
agree.
I
love
quit my
into
job,
the
so let's be
man.
homeless together, baby.
I agree.
All right.
I'm quitting my job right now. I'm about to park the truck.
Yeah,
Okay, look.
It's not about being
What you got,
homeless
man?
together.
You
Guys,
It's
I got a
over.
video for y'all. We got a full house. We got the King Simon up. Now look, I want to play this video. All right, because there was a question earlier from We Up. That's why I told We Up to stay here. Hey, Simon, salute to you, King. I hope
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, all right, hold on. Now the question was, what's the difference between I guess he said traditional modern woman and a B, right? So I got what they call him. I'm gonna just show him because I found an interesting video, right? I don't remember how long it was, but he kind of got straight to the point. And it's good that I have the men up here. We got the men up here because this is where the show turns.
Oh, it's too many of y'all. We can't fight back.
Exactly.
What did they think about the first video where the lady was talking about the two differences?
I 100% agreed. That's why I was saying I agreed with that because that's usually what the talking points with red pill, the same red pill ideology. Those same talking points are what men are looking for, and those are also the same points that women use in defense. Being like, oh, see, they push over. See, those type of women are women that you want to push over, that you want to use and abuse and treat like a certain way.
Nah,
and
women don't do that. I mean, you got that shit twisted, man. Like for real. Like,
you think so?
Why? Like, men speak like this all day long. I mean, it really annoys me because it's like you want to turn around, like act like you can't appreciate a female,
right?
Because based on the fact that you're a male, right? You got your whole ego going on, and it's like, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna accuse. I'm gonna take myself out of my body and like go, okay, it's the female's like issue. No, it's your issue, nigga. What the?
No, it's not a female's issue. It's a human issue. This is all of our issue because women are saying one thing about men, and men are saying the same, if not similar, thing
No,
about
you're
women.
wrong. You're wrong. We're supposed to be the providers. So if you're a provider and you're speaking bad about the person that's you're supposed to be cuffing, how does that work out?
But you're not cuffing strangers. Men are coming online and social media talking to strangers, women telling them that they're not compatible, that they're not this and that. They're not doing it to their wives and their girlfriends.
All right. So if you're gonna say that, right, the last person you met, right? Did you know them for about 10 years?
The last girlfriend that I've had, have I known her over 10 years? No.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So she's
Why
a
is that a
stranger.
qualifier?
That's not exactly a qualifier because you're trying to get to know them. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm talking about having an
time is
opinion on
subjective.
people.
Time is
Right.
subjective. I'm
people-
actually in your favor, B-Stack. Don't come at me, my guy. I'm actually siding with you here.
Yeah, you
Nah,
can
I know what you're saying.
I'm
But you
just
gotta get
saying,
to know
like,
people.
I'm just saying, like, it gets twisted. Like, at the end of the day, it's like people you meet are strangers that you don't know them. What are you
Did
talking
y'all
about?
watch?
But that's why you court women to get to know them.
Did
Like
y'all watch
that's
the
why
video?
men.
I don't
Gentlemen,
think everybody saw it though.
He
y'all
didn't.
didn't see the video.
Yeah, everybody didn't see the video.
He didn't. I was in love with that video. I was like, yo, that's the truth, though.
Can I?
You fell in love with a stranger,
I don't.
right? Is that what you're
No, I'm
saying,
talking
bro?
about the video. I said the video was the truth.
I personally,
I
don't.
just, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
You
really
know,
take
Robert.
the term stranger. I think that's a very subjective term because I met Lola and instantly knew that she was the yin to my yang. So
Your
and
sound
you
is
can't
so
say
bad.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I first met Nola, I didn't know she was that ignorant.
Yeah, but no, wait, so she ain't ignorant.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. You can't even say that. This is the
Wait,
thing.
I'm sorry.
Exactly to the point. Exactly to the point. You don't
Now, you
know.
want to know why I said she's ignorant, sir? Because
Yes, I do.
one, she goes on her lives and bullies all types of individuals. She bullies a woman about having cancer. She bullies people
You know who
about
Lola
being
is?
around their kids.
Do
She
you know
bullies
who
people for
Lola
being
is?
white, black,
So
Listen,
why?
bro.
for
why
being
not
not
Lola?
attractive.
You don't even want to go there,
People
bro.
aren't on here. So
Who
can
is
y'all
he
leave?
talking
Excuse me.
That's
about?
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Hold on.
Can we
You're
listen to
acting
the
like a
video?
wild animal.
No,
Excuse me.
Nola, the girl, the woman Nola on Instagram. Yes, she
Oh,
does.
no,
They're
we're
not
not
part of the
doing
conversation.
No,
that.
that's not. That's what we're not
We
gonna do.
definitely
We're
not
not gonna
doing
talk
that.
about Nola. We're not
This
gonna
is
talk about Nola.
YouTube.
This is
Brought that up, guys.
no.
Keep
Didn't
it
you
on
bring
No,
that
you
up?
want to know?
Nobody say that name. Please
We're
don't.
talking about the
Hey,
video.
No, that's just a
That's a
good
fight you
example.
want.
No, that's just a good
What do you
example
think about
because
this video?
No,
This
listen,
video.
bro.
there are a lot of
No.
people
So you
that
know who the person is, so it
that
doesn't
have
matter.
these misconceptions and they have these
You have
ideas
no.
about
You
people
have
and they
no
don't. It's not
idea.
really based on
you
fact.
Listen,
know
bro.
what?
You
If
have
you
no
have
idea about
issue
what you're
with
talking about right
Nola,
now.
hold on. If you take issue with
Why?
Nola,
Wait.
she's got a
Let it
whole
go,
show
man.
you could go to. She'll bring you up and she'll let you address it with her directly.
Guys,
This ain't
No,
that.
actually,
This ain't
that's not
that.
true because that happened yesterday and I wasn't allowed to address my opinion.
Wait, can I ask
Why
y'all
you bring
something
that
though?
mess here?
Can I
But
ask
if
y'all
Listen,
this ain't,
something?
this is
Look,
not, this is
for
not
real.
Nola's
Wait.
show. I
Can
don't
I
know
speak
why
to?
you would bring her up here.
Can I speak to this?
No,
lady
someone
for a
else
second?
said the name first, so
Can
that's
I,
why I just
for
responded.
real, like, can
Yeah,
I
let's
really speak
let's
to
I
this
said
lady for a second?
Lola. I
Yeah,
said
he
Lola.
misheard.
Your
He
host,
misheard.
can
Oh,
I speak to this lady for a second? Because he don't really know what the hell he's talking about.
That's
Like,
why I want
Neither
to go
one
to
of
the
you.
other
listen,
video.
bro.
because
No,
everybody
I'm
see
just
the
saying.
video.
Look,
hold on.
don't bring Lola's name in your mouth. You have no freaking idea about what you're talking about, bro.
And who is this, Richard?
Okay, who are you talking about? Because do you know who I'm talking about? Because I'm saying
No,
Nola
y'all
with an
talking about
N.
two different people.
Oh, God,
That's
we
what I'm
added
saying.
it.
We
Two
don't.
different people.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me. No, we do not
Right.
know who you're talking about, sir.
Yeah, I was talking
And
about
I
someone that
found it
started with the N.
disrespectful. Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody cares about
I
that person.
felt it was disrespectful to come up here.
I actually do care about that person, and that's just
Someone
disrespectful. I
lost.
said
Yo,
Lola.
bro.
Bro,
Someone
Jesus.
lost.
guys.
This
Yo,
dude
look,
got
can I
antiques
say
on his head.
something? I got the clips tonight so y'all can stay on the topic.
He go and speaks on his head.
All right, you must stay on the topic.
Attack me all night.
Next clip.
Please. Quickly.
Robert, say
Are you
something.
Gang, gang.
Egypt, nigga? What's up?
Gang, gang.
Hey,
There we go.
can I,
This is like in the 19th
lady,
century. What the
lady, can I
hell?
say something before we go?
Yeah, that was my fault. I thought I heard something else, so that's why I responded.
You know,
Yeah, keep driving, nigga.
Yo, shut your ass up.
You'll see the Here we go, y'all.
4 major arrows of a low value woman. It's part of a low value woman's
This is kind of
pathology.
early for me, but anyway.
You across the board. I don't care what you have on paper. When women operate in these areas, they diminish their value to low. Because if you really have a good argument, you should not have to shame somebody. Shaming is just a way to get control of the conversation. Shame is
That
different
happens
than
all the time.
insult. Shame is using.
Use your ears.
Is used to turn a positive into a negative.
Yeah, stop talking to me like that.
Success.
Because I'm not playing with you, bro.
Oh,
Look,
you
guys.
What? What you talking about, bro? You want to play me?
Shaming.
Jesus, yeah, you ain't gonna show me.
You stuck.
I know what I said.
You're wild as fuck, man.
Use shaming
Excuse us.
tactics.
Thank you.
Another sign of a low value woman is she often insults. To speak or treat with disrespect or scornful abuse. You gay. You got a little pee-pee. You ugly. You this, you that. Insults. Oh my goodness. Think how often you will hear someone when they're losing an argument or can't stand on the merits of the argument, they want to come out with an insult. In debate, it's called an ad hominem, against the man. The first person to get off the topic and start making personal insults is the one that loses. Insult. Low value women, playbook, pathology, shame, shaming tactics, insults. And the insults can be your height, your weight, your money, the way you look. Insults, they are more ready to give an insult than a compliment. Matter of fact, not only do they insult, they take pride in their insults. And if you can't take their insults, they shame you. Oh, look at you. You're too weak. Again, shaming tactics. You're supposed to be able to handle their insults. And see, low value women feel like people should be able to handle them. That's not working. No one wants to handle a woman. So if you use shame as a tactic to get your way, you may be low value. If you're often insulting to get your way or to shut people up or shut people down, you may be low value. You notice the next one? S and the I. Next thing, let's go with the G. The G is guilt. Guilt. Making someone feel guilty, especially in order to induce them to do something. Guilt, a manipulation. Your mama black is not only a shaming tactic, it's a guilting tactic. It's made to move you under control. See, these things are somewhat passive and somewhat aggressive. Shame, insults, and guilt are ways to manipulate control, exert power. And it's not done in a physical way, it's done in an emotional way. You know, physical bruises and scars and attacks heal. Emotional ones go on forever. Low value women specialize in low value, high potency, shame, guilt, and insult attacks. They're good at them, guilting you. Oh, you're going out with your boys? Okay, well, oh, you must not love me. Guilt, meaning that if you don't do what you want them to do, you're a bad person. 4 signs of a woman that's low value. See, a high value woman, by contrast, she's appealing and attractive. She has a comforting character. Her character, a high value woman, is comforting in her character. She's not going to shame you, insult you, or guilt you. She's going to lift and build people up. She's enthusiastic and exuberant about things. She's, like I said, she's liberating. Low value women are the opposite. They are burdensome. A high value woman is a feminine asset. A low value woman is a liability. And it typically is a masculine liability, but it can be a feminine liability. There are some feminine low value women. Make no mistake. And last, the last sign that a woman may be low value is this one: the incessant need to be right. I have video after video after video after video after video of me having conversations with women here who will argue you into the ground. If you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right, the need to be right can be rooted in different things. But firstly, the need to be right is often a mask for insecurity. The person is concerned how others perceive them, and if they're wrong or they felt like they're not meeting whatever expectations, they will force themselves to be right. People who need to be right tend to be masking insecurity. Insecure about what? That's a different subject. One of the best things that you can learn is to let it go. You don't need to be right. Just relax and being correct. Think about the young lady I was talking to the other day, the 26.
Oh my gosh, can I get some alcohol, please?
I tried to take all of it, but
listen, no, can I get some alcohol, please? Because
I take all of it.
I agreed with Kevin Samuels, and I feel like I need a shower now. I completely agree with what he just said.
I didn't hear nothing he said. He a ghost, so good.
No, he based it on his conversation. I think he based it on his conversation.
No,
with women.
Hold on, real quick, gentlemen. I'm gonna give you an example. If you don't mind, Evolution, I'm gonna give y'all an example of a person.
Wait, Chocolate, hold on 1 minute. I just want y'all to know while Chocolate talking, do y'all notice the big differences in what the Caucasian lady said and what Kevin Samuels said? That's why I played the video. But go ahead, Chocolate. We're gonna talk about it. Go ahead, Chocolate.
Girl, listen, I just want to say this. All respect to him and his life and what he felt he was doing. But for me, no, I'm not going to entertain nothing he says. Because again, how many brothers did he actually help? How many sisters he actually helped? How many couples he actually helped? And what his rhetoric was. And so it caused division. I'm not for division. So yes, I might be cracking a joke, but I mean what I say. I don't care nothing about what that man say. Thank you. Y'all got it.
But actually, Kevin Samuels did have a lot of testimonials from women and men that said that what he said did help his relationship.
A clock can be right twice a day. A broken one, by the way.
Now, all a broken clock can tell you is when it died.
It was a lot of it. It was a lot of testimonials, though. Like, I'm not trying to say he's a perfect man, because he did used to be on live yelling at shorties, but they also antagonized him.
Sir, it has nothing to do with whether or not he was. I didn't know this man personally. He decided to get on YouTube. No one forced him. He decided to leave this as his legacy. So some people will like it and some people won't. And I am one of those people that do not. You're not going to convince me. I don't care about the testimonials. And it has nothing to do with disrespecting you or anybody on the panel. Rest in peace, Kevin and all his people. I have nothing against him. But I have problems with human beings who want to divide us. And we keep putting them on pedestals, then turn around and say, why are we divided? So that is why I said what I said, sir. Okay.
Gender. It's true because they divide us with gender and sex. It's almost everything, even economic.
So then, can we
That
just
was
speak to the
boring.
behaviors then? Because the behaviors are something that
That's
happen.
it. That's what I'm
They're-
saying. The traits, their character. When do we decide, okay, oh, I don't care about your money, your car, your penis, your money, your house, your degrees. Just like he said, and I'm going to quote your friend here. Just like he said, our degrees don't mean shit. Y'all's don't mean shit either if you are a shitty man inside. If you are not able to function in a relationship and treat me like a fucking human being, sit your ass down. Now, there it is. That's how I feel. And that's the end of it. And I am not going to put a brother or a sister on trial for the relationships that are taking place in our society when it is a product of bullshit and engineering. So I'm done. I apologize.
Right, we're the product of our
So,
environment.
but then
Thank
that
you.
gives us that does give us opportunity then to be different, you know. So I'm looking at it from a perspective when my husband arrives, even in the beginning, I'm a wife. I'm a wife at that inception, you know, and I think that it's just a difference of mindset. I believe in pouring into my man. If he's having a hard time, I'm not going to hold him accountable for that. He doesn't lose anything in my eyes. You guys will hear me talk about this forever. My job is to be his battlefield, companion. He goes out and he fights the world. If he falls, I come out there to get him and I put up my shield and I start fighting until he can heal. That's my job as a woman. And so it's all a matter of how you present yourself and what you're looking for. There's no wrong way if you get the outcome you're looking for.
Are we saying that a bitch is a chick that's shame, guilt, and need to be right? Is that what we saying?
Thank you, Lola. That's what I was gonna ask.
But I mean,
I think that's what that's implied.
That's what it implies.
Is it a low value woman?
Right. That's what I'm saying. A bitch can come. Excuse my language. Can come in many shapes and sizes. That's why characteristics of that personality type you can find in men and women both. What we should be teaching each other is how do you avoid it? Because if no one has ever taught you that, you're going to keep dating the same type of dude and wondering why it don't work. You have to know what characteristics are important to you and find out if he loves himself. Because if he don't even like himself, run. If she don't like herself, run. If people are talking to you like this, disrespecting you as a human being, and you lay down with her, I have no sympathy for you, sir.
That's true.
Unless you're in a situation that you can't walk away. But if we're talking about the leaders of our community that want to tell us what to do as Black women, then here I'm gonna tell y'all what to do. Why don't you get some balls, find out what you like, get rid of your trauma so you can find a good wife, so you can find a good girlfriend if that's what you want. But stop coming up on panels talk about women that you don't even want. So that's why I find her topic is awesome, because again, a BITCH comes in all men can be that. Y'all call each other that too. We can
They
all
call hands.
So it's about the characteristics. Are you environmentally friendly? Do you care about what the future holds for us? Do you believe in saving? Do you believe in going on trips and cruises? Are you a homebody? What happens to that lost in translation? Because we're always talking about money, sex, and things. I am so sorry.
Chocolate. Let some of the other men speak, because I haven't heard them for real, and I know we can go on about this. I gotta jump in about an hour and 10. Let them get a minute in or whatever, so we can hear their rebuttal.
Yeah. I think the first problem that we have is that we start to gauge ourselves as men and women based on this system. This system ain't built for you. So more times than not, you find yourself categorizing yourself as a bitch or whatever based on the bullshit these people teaching us, right? And the first problem is that you should not want anyone to submit to you. What you want is a teammate, and I don't mean to disrespect any of the females on the panel or anybody else, but the bigger issue is the fact that America is a Christian nation, whether we want to accept it or not. And their Christianity gives you a whole lot of limits to your humanity. This shit ain't built for us. So the first problem we have is categorizing ourselves built on they bullshit. The second problem we have is it's hard to define who you are when you've been taught bullshit. So you got to go out and experience and figure out who you are. And then after you've done all of that, and if you truly look at yourself, as me as a man, I've seen, and I know niggas call me simps and all this other shit and how weak I am, but I'm never lonely. I'm never lonely because the one thing I know how to do, I worked in a jail for 10 years. The one thing I know how to do is listen. Most niggas don't listen. They're not interested.
And Rob, they can't tell you that because all the women agree with everything you always say because you always have the right ideas. So don't ever think somebody calling you no simp. Fuck all that shit.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm in the lobby of this hotel because I couldn't hardly hear y'all in my room. It was all messed up. And they telling me I'm too loud in the lobby. But I'm by airport. And every time I go outside, it's loud as hell out there. It's loud as hell with families and shit. So I really didn't have no space to be in. I'm going to try to go outside. And my phone dying.
You guys, I want you guys. I want you guys.
Can I ask the other guys first before the ladies go back into it? I just want to know, B-Stacks, what you think before the ladies get back into it?
Well, I agree in some parts, about maybe like 60% of what Kevin Samuels is saying, because it's more geared towards women. And I believe that all of us have that same type of issue where we have the need to be right. And then when things don't go our way, we tend to insult people. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's more prevalent in his lives. And the only reason why I believe that he was saying it as such, because everyone that he encountered in his lives were majority of women that had those characteristics. So I believe he was saying that just because of the women he encountered. Because also there are men that were also in his life that did the same thing, that had similar mannerisms. And we also have names for them. We call them hands. We call them whole ass niggas. And the women that act like that, they call them loser ass H's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Will does.
Yeah. That's what they call it. I'm telling you, people are stealing that word. I'm telling you, I hear a lot of people saying that shit. No, they follow, like we're a hive mind. Humans in general, we're like a hive mind. We follow behind the craze, we follow behind the waves, we follow behind what sounds good.
If you follow behind Will, you need a frontal lobotomy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back on mute.
It's not my fault. I'm not following anybody. I'm an equal opportunity person. Like I listen, I take the information I heed the information, but I don't follow everything that I hear, but that is what I hear.
We just keep name dropping nobody's in this life.
It looks like the two men y'all don't agree with Kevin at this point, right?
I don't.
For the most part, because it's not all women. It's all of us as human beings. But yes.
Okay.
Based on his statement, yes.
Rich, how do you feel? Richard? Rich look over it.
Yeah, but like I told what he was saying was a good point. But in others, he probably related to a small minority of women. He related to probably a 10% or 5%, because not all women, what he described, not all women are like that. So therefore I can't really, you see, he would say that to the women he meet, but that's not all women in a whole. So therefore, like I told, all women in Hamilton South or same men in this or that. Like I had to find a live evolution, and I search for them to find a live where women are in a format this on Instagram or any social media, and having a bad talk about men saying they're enough. I have yet to find one of those lives of which the men keep telling me that that's what the king. So like I told, it all depends. You see, that's the proof I need. They're telling me that there are these lives with women crying down men, and yet still I need to find the proof. I have not found it. So therefore, what all I can believe is that the men are probably what should I say? The ladies are in the quiver of sour grapes, and they can't get them, so they're crying out in triumph. That's all I can say. That's my theory of it.
Word. Yo, come to think about it, I don't see lives with women talking about men like that. I only see dudes doing that shit. I swear to God, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I see many guys doing it. So therefore, what I thought it was saying, see, Charlie has a very good point there. See, Charlie talk about morals. She talk about all these other things. Those things are her qualifications. So therefore, the idea of a qualified man and the book that certain guys want to write on here, and certain guys want to talk about here. It doesn't make sense. The qualification is the lady saying, "Oh yes, this is the man I want to spend the rest of my life. This is the man I want to build with, or whatever." So yes, I believe the man should have all this stuff together. Yes, I believe if he's gonna have a woman, he should have everything together. He should be able to be a leader, provide everything, but he should have morals. When I call morals, all the guys skin at the face.
A lot of us are not born
The literally
raised
skin at
with
the face.
It took me a full minute to catch up to his accent with my ear. I'm just saying.
Oh, I love his accent. I know exactly what
It
he's saying.
was. I'm like.
I'm Bajan.
Yeah.
You know what though? To just break it down to simplistics, there's a selfish energy and there's a selfless energy. If you're going to be in a union, you need to be selfless, not selfish. And it's really important that you learn those learn to be able to distinguish between the two, because there's going to be moments as a woman, it cannot be about me. It has to be about him. I can get everything addressed at a later time. The same, it should be reciprocated for me. There's going to be times that it needs to just be focused on me, and those additional needs can be addressed at a later time. It's about being respectful of the person that you're intending to spend your life with. And Lola, don't you come at me, Lola. Just kidding. Go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. But I think that what you're talking about is people have to actually get to that level to operate there. But the vast majority of the population is at the level where they need to distinguish between when a woman or a man, in this case, but we talk about women, when a woman is being a bitch and when she being a grown woman and you being a bitch in your feelings. And there's two different sides to that. Like he said, a low grade woman, whatever, or bitch shames people, right? Here's the thing. If you take her pointing out something that you shouldn't be doing, right, as shame, you see what I'm saying? You just a bitch ass nigga. Like if you come around her smelling like all sorts of high, or because I personally don't like when you smell like paraphernalia. Okay, I don't like that. But if you come around your chick smelling like what you've been out in the street doing, and she telling you, hey, you smell like what you've been out in the street doing, and you say, but why are you trying to shame me? Why are you coming around your chick smelling like that? But here's the problem: you can't deal with her directly because you haven't quite got yourself together on the inside. So when she tell you regular stuff like that, you feel like somebody's shaming you. Same thing with the guilt. If she's telling you you're wrong for something, right, and she's articulating that you did something you wasn't supposed to do and now you are wrong, that's not her trying to make you feel guilty. Either you did it or you didn't do it, and that's where it's at. So when we talk about, for instance, the need to be right, sometimes Shorty is right and she's standing on business, and you just think that because you're a man that she's supposed to bow down and just say okay to you, and then that's it. Some circumstances is not as simple as let me just not say anything. Sometimes it's not that simple. But I'm not saying that they're not women who don't do the whole shame, guilt, and need to be right thing all the time, and they ain't irritating as fuck. I'm not saying that. But right now, outside of what God has said, for 80% of the population don't really understand the difference between when somebody telling you some real shit and when somebody trying to shame you.
I agree with you 100%. You actually are very correct in your judgment. A guy should never approach you smelling or and RSC should have everything in order. Wait there, everything should be order. Everything, his face clean, everything should be clean. And RSC, when he approach you, he should approach you ready to do business with you. And there is a relationship, so therefore everything must be correct. So from hygiene down to mannerism, down to love, and it should not be always about him. He love you, so it should be something about you. So in our he's in a relationship with you, so he has to look at your interest as well. He has to have your best interest. So I agree with you 100%.
If you go in looking for perfection, just stay home. You guys have to have an opportunity to learn each other. So if you go in with expectations, you've already set yourself up for disappointment. You go into a new opportunity with your knowledge, with your wisdom, but you want to give them a clean slate. So when I step into the space to be with the man that's coming for me, I'm going to move fluid with him, not be combative with him all the time. There's there's times and places for that. It's just a matter of, are you really trying to get to the end goal, which is union, or are you just trying to get a couple of rocks, knocked off? Either way, just be honest with it.
Or rings. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my gosh, that video! I'm mad at you. I'm so mad at you for that.
I know y'all was gonna hate that video, but I knew it was gonna spark something up in you. Because this was the other part, right?
Mm-hmm. You were smart to play that last.
Well, that I got a lot more, but I don't know if I want to take that high right now, because y'all look a little like like that bothers y'all.
Look, it didn't bother me per se. Like, the only thing that bothered me was I didn't know who that was. So I didn't hear about Mr. Samuels till after he passed, and then so it didn't really. Yeah, so I didn't know about that until I got on Instagram, found out he passed. So when you played that video, I didn't know who it was. I know I was extremely bored, and thanks to my ADHD, the only reason I stayed awake was because he had that thing in the background moving. Me too, yeah. So I didn't get a lot of what he said because it wasn't very engaging, and then it was just kind of when you have to use a lot of words. You don't have anything to say.
I noticed it was
long and slow. And the people who talk the most don't usually have much of a point. They just repeat the same thing different ways so long to feel educated and to feel superior.
I just wanted y'all to notice how much of a contrast it was from the Caucasian woman that was talking. You get what I'm saying? Another thing is,
she knew what she was talking about.
Oh, one thing. That was actually his ending monologue from actually one of his lives that he had. Yeah, then when he was actually talking to like several women, giving him a hard time. And
it makes perfect sense for us to tell somebody else to dumb down their language to make us comfortable. But I think there's opportunity for us to sit back and listen, right? There's something to be gained even from opinions that aren't ours. And I was actually surprised.
Go
ahead.
It looked like he was on his way out. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those Red Bulls.
Before the hooker and the Red Bulls. Yeah, it looked like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. I had to get my mouth down.
He was just boring.
I'm sorry. I meant that he was talking like he was on his last. You know what? Let me shut up. Look,
it's like he wanted to get all the information out before it was over. It's true.
Right. I ain't gonna go to heaven for that. This is what I'm saying, right? Let me go to the next thing, because whatever I say, I don't respect them. So we ain't gonna do that. Let me ask y'all something, right? Because there was one part that we didn't cover yet, and I wanted to ask you, right? Now I don't mind the B word if it's used right? Like, if I'm in an argument with somebody call me a B, I got an issue. But if you call me a boss B, you understand me. You get what I'm saying? So what's the difference from, and Lola, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? If if you call me a boss B, because let me tell you something. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because the earners usually understand what I'm talking about. Those are ladies that make their own rules because they make their own money. You get what I'm saying? They flashy, they look good, everything costs a lot. You get what I'm saying? They pulling up in their BMW right next to your Mercedes. You get what I'm saying? They black cars heavier than yours. Like, you get what I'm saying? They look good. They don't need you. They want you. Now, what we going to do with the boss chick? You know what I'm saying?
Why can't they just be accomplished women?
Talk about what we doing with that.
You know okay, so
why they gotta be bitches?
I'll say the reason why in the colloquial language women can't be just accomplished women and we say boss bitches, because typically with African American language, it tends to use the negative form of a positive to emphasize the positive. Like, for instance, when we say we good, everybody knows whenever you double up on a word, whether it's negative or positive, you're influencing it. That's just a cultural thing that African Americans have developed over time. And so when we say, for instance, she's a brick versus she's a brick house, we know the difference in what we're saying. But why would we say she looks good for her size? That's not how we speak. We speak in a certain way. So when we say, like, when we call men anything and that's negative, but we mean something real positive, like that's just the culture. I don't think that has much to do with us saying, well, listen, we don't know the definition of somebody calling you like a nigga and versus a nigger. Like, we know the difference. It's the same word, but we know the difference. The way, like when I say you're white, and then I say you white. We know the difference in what I just said. I said two different things. You heard the difference. So it's like,
but the difference is that those words are negative. Nigga and bitch are negative words, regardless of how you use the context of it.
Right, but like I said, the culture is whenever you use a negative term in African American culture, you're using the negative term and you're flipping it, and this is the culture. But you have to say it correctly. It's in your tone. So what I don't want to do, right, is police and let's say over police African American culture and say, well, they should basically change their culture to fit other cultures. It's like, no, I'm okay with us using any word we want to use at the way it fits our culture. You see what I'm saying? So if a dude say, yeah, like if my dude want to sit and call me a bitch while we having sex, right? And then turn around in an argument and say, bitch, and I have a problem, that's because I can hear the difference in what he's saying. It's not the word bitch. It's how he meant it. That's it. Okay.
He said it in anger. Right.
Well, I'm sorry. I know I'm in a different.
He spoke about insulting people, and the videos I do watch of him is immediately insulting people and degrading them and dragging them down.
Yep. Hey,
Let's go.
So I have always associated the term bitch to personality traits, right? So if you're acting a certain way, you're being a bitch. If you're doing something, this is that, right? So for me, if it's used towards me, depending upon where it comes from, I'm looking at my I'm looking at what I did to deserve the word, right? And I know that's not what people are used to hearing, but 9 times out of 10, if I might have been the reason why that word was used. So I want to make sure I hold myself accountable before I align my attack, right? Because I may be acting like a bitch, and it might have been a justified time for it to use it. However, if you're just doing it because you want to degrade me, then you're trying to put me into a fisticuffs type of situation. And that's not something I'm going to entertain, because I'm not a circus animal. You know, I'm not here to put on a show.
Like I told, I never use that word. I would never use that word. Like I told, I'm probably old school. I'm from the Caribbean. When I hear these words using in American terms, it really is a very bad taste. Why not say a lady? Why not say a lady? Why not say young woman? What I mean, you use something that thing. Like I told, I come from the 70s into the 80s. So therefore, what I hear now on Instagram and thing for the first time is really is real the culture, is real the taste for me. I can never ever call a woman that's a dog.
If you call me a bitch, make sure you choking me at the same time. You hear me catching it?
But someone could choke you. Of course, without calling you that, someone could choke you and go to pieces when you without using those words. Like I said, don't make them a part of the vocabulary.
I think the bigger issue, because I'm trying to be quiet for these people don't put me out. I think the bigger issue is that most of the people, and I find it interesting to hear your perspective, sir, on the word. I also find it interesting that you don't understand why it's used so widely amongst us, because our oppressors were calling us shit all the time. So we took the shit they gave us and made something wonderful out of it that they can't handle. The same thing with the N-word. Yes, at times I feel like I gotta be that nigga, because that nigga is effective. That is the nigga that most people want to be around. And at that time, when it's time to be that nigga, I am more than happy to do that. But in addition to that, I just want to make it very clear, because I'm gonna have to bounce. My phone about to die. They finna put me out of here. But the last thing I want to say to everybody here, and all of you ladies and every fella, is that we are at war. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at war. And these people are not playing with us. And until we can find a way to find, if you want to be with somebody, if you want to join or marry or however term you use, you got to first find somebody who's damaged through white supremacy, because our souls are filled with the spent nuclear rods of building all this shit. So
All right.
when you have those type of situations, you just need to understand, first of all, you got to find somebody whose damage fits yours, and then join that damage and make something more, make a whole person out of that damage. Because we all have lost our value. We all have some degree of imposter syndrome, because when you put out this much excellence and never get a check, then then it's not you that's the problem. It's the system and the capitalism itself. So I wish love to you all.
Look, I
hold on. I have a quick question.
Let we up go. Let we up.
How does this always get to racism?
All right, brother. Yeah, I didn't. First of all,
did you ask me what it had to do with racism?
No, we ain't asked that. No, we didn't. We ain't asked that.
Shout out to the live. Shout out to the live. And I just want to say, for the fellas that's watching this, to my brothers that's on here, God damn, y'all out there fumbling like a motherfucker. Y'all can't catch the ball. I'm listening. We listening like, man, what is going on out there? So look, this is what I want to say to the brother that's there. Here's my thing about the N-word, right? Now, let me ask you a question, brother. If I walked up to you and said, "Are you an N-word?" what would be your reply?
It's based on who you are.
No, like, who you talking to like that?
Huh?
I would be offended.
Come on, listen to it. Now, hear me out. Now, I'm glad you said that, because you can't say I'm not an N-word, but then give an N-word the identity. You can't
yes,
say
I can do whatever I like. That's the issue. When
listen,
you
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Either it's a bad thing, or it's not. You can't say this is a bad thing. This is part of white supremacy, but then you give it an identity.
I can definitely say, sir, because I can.
But you gave it an identity.
I can define myself at any moment I feel like it.
But this is what I'm trying to.
But we use it.
I agree. Brother, it's not about.
I just want to know what the strain of weed you're smoking is.
Brother, listen. It's not about your feelings. It is about logic. If this word derives from a negative standpoint, you can't adopt it and give it a different identity and think it doesn't carry the same effect just because you changed it.
Okay, so somebody created the term in the beginning, correct?
Yeah, so but where did it derive from?
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Caucasians.
If you're going to define me, why can't I define myself? So if you walk to me and you're a friend of mine, you're like, hey, it's that nigga. Yeah, what's up?
Because that's not just because. Listen, just
one at a time. We can hear y'all.
Caucasians define us 1/5 of a man. Are we actually that?
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Right? Wait, because y'all talking about the N-word. What about the BIH word, which is what we here for? Y'all feel the same way about that word?
I feel like
a person for that word.
It shouldn't be used. It shouldn't be used. That word should not be used.
Only 2 of us don't like that word for women.
I feel like if you want to define yourself as such, you are free to do so. This is still America. So no matter what the situation, you define yourself as you feel. And no one else will be able to do it.
One at a time.
What if you are? Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. What if we alone in the dark? Would you still use that word?
No.
If I hear your voice and you sound like you black, then I'll be that.
Never.
Never.
Like
you not black.
No, gentlemen, you missing it.
Chocolate, your sound.
Is it bad? Okay, hold on.
Bad, baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
now,
one at a time. If we ask a question, let somebody answer, please, to the completion, because it was messing up the.
You said the B word. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
Listen, what I want to say is this too, and that whole Kevin Samuels thing. Here's the twist about Kevin Samuels. I don't think Kevin Samuels was for men. The message came from a man, but I think Kevin Samuels was trying to divide 2 different types of women and trying to get other women to see other women in their raw form, to see the different types of women. I don't think Kevin Samuel was for men like how women think he was for men. I think he was actually for women, and he was trying to save certain types of women who wanted to be a certain type of way. And he was giving them videos and evidence and documentation to be like, yo, I'm not just talking out my ass. Look at these women.
Yes. And he said it a lot of times in most of his lives. He always stated that purpose. He kept saying, women, my biggest detractors, that's what he always said. My biggest detractors were always saying that I hate women, this and that, but I'm actually here to help women. I do the same thing to men. You don't say nothing. When I
If y'all
disrespected men, he never said nothing. They never said nothing when he was disrespecting the dudes. Because his first year of being on live, he was just talking to men, and all types of men were saying the stupidest shit, like, yo, they live with their mom, they live with their
Yeah,
baby mother, they ain't
yeah,
got no cribs, they homeless,
yeah,
but they want a woman. Get the fuck
yeah.
out of here with
And it's
that
like, get
stupid
the
shit.
fuck out of here. You a
He
bum.
shoots
Why
them
would a woman
down.
settle down with you? You a
He
bum.
But
shoots them
nobody was
down.
watching that. That's the thing. Nobody was watching that. Kevin
That's
Samuels was about capitalism. None of this had
He
to do with
wasn't.
anyone. It was about making money. That's
You
it.
know what
He
though?
didn't
The
make money
fact that
insulting men, so he turned to women because women easily took the bait.
Yeah.
the
Women
fact
are
that
the
we're
biggest
still
consumers in
talking
all of
about
this
him.
country.
The Putin's there thinking they were better than the other women who he was describing, and ultimately he was insulting all women.
I
All
don't think
women.
he was. Yo,
The
he wasn't.
fact that we are
Go ahead.
still talking about him makes him
His,
relevant. And he definitely wasn't talking about all women because I never was a
Right.
reflection of the woman he spoke about. So I
exactly.
never took
Exactly.
Well,
issue
he
with
did
what he
talk
was
about that
saying.
type of woman, though. He did.
Yeah,
Exactly.
straight
He
up.
Only the
did.
No,
women that
no,
he
no,
encountered. Only the women
no.
he talked to.
He
He wasn't
didn't.
talking about
He
women
He
in the
didn't.
talked
street.
about every type of woman. Yes, he did. He did in that
Everybody.
video. Y'all be
I would
listening, do
like
y'all?
to.
Broke down
I
every type
would
of woman.
like to state again. He
You're
was
saying it again, it ain't
never talking about me because I am
no
not a
He was talking about
reflection
traditional women.
of
Traditional women,
any
a lot of them
woman.
he was talking about them.
Girl, he could have spoke about a light-skinned woman named Goddess and he still was not talking about me.
What's going on with
Somebody's
this app?
echoing terrible.
Somebody might.
It's
Someone
somebody
said,
mic. Crazy.
Yeah,
Listen,
someone's mic is
hey,
echoing.
the word B is terrible. I don't care in the
It-
context use it. If you calling a woman a B, if you using a B, you a B.
if
That's
that
it.
Yeah,
man
you
spoke
bitch
about
ass nigga.
one woman
That's it.
negatively,
That's it. If you're a man and you calling a woman a, I don't think a woman could be a B, but I think a man could be a B, if that makes sense.
Yeah, men are a lot
A man
feminine
could
now. Yeah.
definitely be a B.
Interesting.
You
if
can
I
Samuel
can
be a
was
B.
agree.
talking about one woman, he was talking about all of us.
Yeah,
And if
he
you believe he wasn't talking about you, that's because you believe you are superior. He was talking about all of us. Anytime he opened his
Sweetie,
mouth
just because
to
you can't
insult
accept,
women,
No,
let me
no.
He
finish.
just
said
Let me
low
because
finish.
value.
you
Let me
can't
What's
finish.
that?
Let me
accept
What's
what I
that,
finish.
said.
Delilah?
Let me
Hey,
finish.
one at a time, right? I'm the queen of cutting off. So let her
Sorry about
finish,
that.
y'all. Okay.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead now.
Beautiful. When a man talks negatively about a woman, that's all of us. And I say something and I do something about it. I will not put myself above no sister because if they ever talking about me, they talking about you. And the division comes when, well, they weren't talking about me because I'm special. Tell yourself that lie if you want to, because at the end of the day, you still just a bitch to
All right,
him.
so wait a minute. So all right. I
I get
understand.
it. She
So
wants to
I
stand up
understand what
for the
you're saying. So let me
community.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question with that. Let me ask you a question with that. Let me
That's
ask you a question with
precious.
that.
Someone's
So
echoing back.
if you're
no
saying
feedback, y'all.
that he speaks for all women, when you talk, do you speak for all women?
Do what?
Mute up, y'all. Everybody except me up if you can.
I said, you said when Kevin Samuels says something, he's saying it to all women. So now I'm telling you right now, with your belief system and how you talk, do you talk for all women or are you just talking for yourself?
When I'm insulting an entire community, because that's what he was doing. He was
No.
insulting
I'm
women.
talking about you.
When I speak,
We're talking about
I'm
you.
talking for me.
All right.
When I speak, I'm
He
talking
says
for
men
me.
all the time.
So,
Oh
but
my
this is what I'm trying
god.
to say though.
I insult
Are
men
you
all the time. I enjoy it. I'm talking for me.
all
But
right?
if
So
a
when you
man,
talk for you, are you talking for all women too?
no,
So do you represent all women?
no, I do not.
So how does Kevin Samuels represent all men?
That's how I look at it, and I
But he
get to do
talked
that.
about all women,
If
though,
he
in that
talk,
video.
I watched him after he passed. He insulted everyone, even the pygmies, man. That's what he did. He was there to cause division. That's what he do. I'm here to cause division. That's what I do. That's how I
Me
can
too.
recognize it.
Me too.
I can recognize my own, bro. You ain't
But
getting me
this
in
is
a
what I'm
gotcha
trying to
moment.
say. But
I tell the
you're
truth.
saying that one man is talking about all women. Yo, you saying all right. If you're
Men
in the
do.
club,
Women
if
just
you in the
feel
club,
that.
if all you women are in the club right now, and the DJ goes, all the hoes drop it on the floor. Is he talking to you?
I'm no hoe.
I
Is he
I
mean,
don't
but
look
talking to
at
you?
DJ.
If she wanted to drop it on the floor, she'd have been that
But
night.
Right.
I know if she want
I'd
to
have
do
been
it,
that
she
night. If it
can.
was a good night.
Is it don't hard for you to
I know if
comprehend?
she want to do it. I know
I
if she
know,
want to do it,
right?
she can. Is he talking to you?
He's not talking.
Yes.
He did
Not
several videos.
personally.
He did several videos talking about all women. Let's stop pretending this bruh cared about any woman.
He never used the word all.
He never used the
They
word
have
all
to.
women.
All
I
different
think
types of women will call it.
I truly think that we're missing the point here. I don't care what that man said because I was not trying to date that man. The only opinion I'm looking for is my husband's. So in the interim,
But in this
I
video,
am working.
but look,
I
y'all,
said
in the video, he talked about every
can't-
type of woman.
I can't have
I wrote
conversations
it
No,
down.
he said low value women.
We
Did he
talked
Low
about
value women.
Huh?
Did he find low value?
He said low value
Excuse
women, not
me.
all women. Low
Excuse
value
me.
women.
And he
Excuse me.
named every type of woman. Guys, it's my video.
No, he named every type of low value woman.
Yes,
Okay,
and
but
he named 4 different types. He said the traditional were needy, they were nurturers, they were there just to build you up and lift you up, but they weren't the what they said, masculine liability, lift you up, build you up. He said that they were needy. And then when we
That's
said
not negative though.
That's the implication is a high value woman based by his definition is the opposite of every character trait that he presented. So if you can listen to what the man is saying, I'm not taking away from that. What I'm saying is I am working on myself. So what he's stating is not a reflection of me because it's not. And I have every right to feel that way because I am unique. I would never want to be you. So why wouldn't I want to stand in who I am, and who I am is a woman who is willing to fall on a sword for her man.
All right.
Yes, and that explains why he was saying what he was saying too, because a lot of women, no offense to anyone, they hear something and they run with a certain piece of that sentence and they go into their feelings about it when you don't take the whole idea of what he was saying into context. Like he didn't mean it like just for those word for word basis.
May I, please?
All the men.
Right. Usually when he talks about high value women, he usually said positive things about them. And he only talked about low value women when he said that they were disagreeable, that they were loud, that they always insult. You know?
Now listen,
makes
all the
sense.
men,
High
all
and
the
low,
men,
it makes sense.
all the men that's on this panel. Let me ask just the men. Right? Do you men need your woman?
Yes.
I need
Do you?
Well, when I find her, I'll need her.
Listen. Wait. Do you men, just the men, do you men need your woman?
Yes.
Are you willing to build your woman?
Yes.
Are
We're
you willing
supposed to
love
build our
and
woman.
respect? Listen. Are you willing to love and respect your woman and do whatever it takes for your woman?
Yes.
So
Of
why
course.
doesn't it sound like that same action is not reciprocated on the other end?
By whom?
By the
By
females,
other
you mean?
women.
By
Oh,
other
you
women.
a Kevin Samuels fan.
Sir,
Obviously.
Evo.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
He has a point, but like I told, but all you women are here. Like I told, I don't believe that you women fit in the category of low value. I mean, evolution. You run your own show, you run your own business, and I'm more sure Godness. She said she improved herself, and you got Corset as a fantastic comedian. So all you women have supreme high value, and everything. You are women that who. If I wanted to, if you want to start a wife or a girlfriend or something like that, I'll have to start with you ladies. That's what I tell you ladies ain't putting me down or disrespecting me or things like that. And you're approachable and I can speak to you. So therefore, you women have value.
Is there something wrong with the woman that doesn't want to build a man up from scratch if she's doing well in her life, though?
I feel like you gotta do what you gotta do. I feel like
No,
we at war. So whatever
We don't mean
there's
build
nothing-
financially.
No, I mean,
Build
well, if you guys,
emotionally.
I'll say this: we need each other, we want each other. That will always be. That's never going to disconnect. We can split hairs, we can call it. Listen, We could change the definition of anything we want. I can't believe we sat up here and argued the point. Black folks did not create the Webster Dictionary, the Camden Dictionary. I'm sorry, do we have a black dictionary? I ain't never seen it. So I'm going to keep it pushing. My thing is this. If you're healthy in your relationship, whether your man broke or not, y'all going to be okay. If he's healthy and you healthy, the money, that's it. I'm sorry, because I know I promised I was going to be on camera, but I was trying to be nice. Okay, I switched cameras. I was just trying to be nice, mom, but my sister was like, I don't want to be on camera. But anyway, just to sum that up, that's why I said that early in the beginning. Y'all might have thought that was, why we doing this. We're not talking about one particular type of person. We're talking about several different types, and we all have run into them in some way or another. If you've ever dated in your life, if you ever lived with somebody, if you ever shared that, okay, he might stick around longer than 5 minutes. Let's see how this rocks, right? Where I have a problem when we talk about people like himself, because he's not an original, unfortunately. The original ain't even the original. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Rollo Tomasi.
Rollo Tomasi, I was about to say that. I just said, I swear to God, that read my mind. He wrote books about this, and those books are what all the red pill community uses as their basis of how they degrade women, how they talk about women.
Yes.
This, that, and the third. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, because again, I don't like to talk from just a place of, yes, I'm a woman, I'm a black woman, I have my brother. Well, I'm sorry, say it again.
The name of the book is
was
called
that the name of the
Rational Male.
book? You had to get that out. Okay. So what I wanted to add to that is, what do you want in a relationship? You want to ask each other hypotheticals and these weird scenarios. But the truth is, you want someone that likes the shit that you like. I like to watch basketball and talk shit. I want my man to do the same. I like to travel. I want my man to do the same. Right?
Agreed.
That whole opposites attract shit is for the birds. Okay? And I truly mean it. Because that starts to become a contention in itself. But where I was going with it is this. If we are, and I love good conversation, but let's stay on the point of, there are dangerous characteristics if you don't pay attention. See, it's more for, and I'm not speaking for all women, but I'm speaking for a segment of women that thinks like I do. That's who I speak for. And if I'm wrong, guess what? Somebody will call me out and tell me that. And I want them to, because I want to know other sides of it. But to slide it home, it's like this. What you beautiful men cannot, it seems like you don't want to connect the fact that there are internal works that have to happen for us to be successful in this society. You have to respect me. If I make more money than you, so the fuck what? Because if we respect each other, it ain't gonna matter. Baby, listen, I just brought that hot tub. You know what it is. There should not be that
Until I piss you
contention.
off.
No.
I agree.
Wait.
I agree, Tony. I agree.
Hold
I
on.
agree with that.
Hold on. If you don't mind, I feel like this. You know what you like. If you like fuckery, find a man that likes fuckery too. And I'm not talking about the dangerous extremes. We ain't doing that. I'm just talking about us regular folk out here going to work every day, doing our thing, have children, no children, divorced, single, whatever you want to say. If you lonely, you want to find somebody, there's nothing wrong with that. But let's be honest, if you a shitty person, deal. And watch how life changes for you. We've watched it.
Do you know
We've
what's
watched
really,
it, you know?
what's really
So,
amazing?
there you go.
What's really amazing to me is the other side of that, right? We come in with all these boundaries and expectations, and then we meet somebody and all that shit goes out the window. So we can have all of these conversations. When you meet somebody, you're going to instinctively start to change because it's a new chapter. It's a new path. In order to be on that path together, you have to be able to walk together. Change is inevitable.
But I understand that, Goddess, and no disrespect, but I have to push back on the fact that, just like we just finished saying, you can't put everybody in the same lane. Whether that lane is used a lot, it's like the HOV lane. You can't use it unless you got a couple, right? People still do it. It's against the law. People will ride the HOV and do your thing. But it is a requirement. I don't think there's nothing wrong with having the conversation. Hey, do you like having sex on a regular basis? Are you a man that are you afraid? I need to make a safe space. That's how I feel, because for me to want to open up to you, you got to make me feel a certain type of way. Now we can pretend that it's all logic and thought, but it's also energy. I have walked away from dates, like blind dates. Come and put, in that reaction. And I'm like, yeah, well, my cat just is set on fire. I gotta go. But it's like, I know what I want. It's not a fairy tale. It's just a human being that wants to be a human being. I want a man, for me, my definition of a man is a person that just knows himself. And he's comfortable with sharing that with me. And that's it.
I respect what you say, but in no way does it take away from what I said. I just spoke to it. Experience. No. I know. I'm not. No.
Okay.
Let me just finish. I know you weren't attacking to. I know you weren't coming at me.
Yeah, because we keep going off on the tangent.
Go ahead, Kilo.
How about you? Can I ask y'all a question? Who are the B's of the panel? Who feel like they may have that B quality? Yeah, me too. Yeah. Who the B's? We talk about it. Let's get back into it. Who the B's? Whether you a boss B, you know what I'm saying? You just got the nasty attitude. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now let me ask you.
I don't see it that way necessarily, but I don't see it necessarily that way. I can appreciate the sentiment, and I do like to be called that when things are passionate. Let me just state that. I don't like to be.
Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Ruby. I was trying to be not.
But that's what I mean. I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to shy away, and I'm not going to try to make this a moral issue. It's just like, but I don't want someone to be annoying, and I don't want to equate it to be that. You know what I mean? I think people get it twisted sometimes. They're like, oh, she's being a bee. Well, maybe there's another word for it. Maybe she's being annoying. Maybe she's hungry. Maybe
a mother skunt.
Cat. Maybe her cat needed surgery and she don't got the money right now. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it's just I don't like. I understand where the brother was coming from, where he said he doesn't like that word. I totally get it, but it's I feel like in that you kind of give too much power to it. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's kind of subjective, just like it's been said over and over again, right? So I just wanted to put that piece in. I'll tell you this. I was married to a woman for 4 years. And just because I was born a woman and I was in a relationship with women and I do like them, it doesn't mean that I'm an expert on women either. I feel like I need to be an expert on myself. And humans are complex. And humans are also on the spectrums, and there's gradients everywhere. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like to categorize people necessarily, but I try to categorize myself to help other people understand me, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Is it an attitude we're talking about?
I'll tell you this. When you said it, I was thinking of totally different.
Everyone's got to mute up.
Okay. I don't know if everybody muted. Okay. I was asking, is being when they say the BIH word, is that an attitude? And if it's an attitude, I want to know, because I had a clip about a woman talking about how they feel about it. Are y'all tired of the B attitude? Do y'all like the B attitude? You know what I'm saying? How do the men feel? Because I can play the video, but y'all ain't gonna be happy. So you know what I'm saying? So what do y'all feel? Y'all
play the video though.
Play the video,
can I just
and then call them
suggest
one by one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Definitely the video
It's a
first,
short
please.
video, but it did. Okay, it's a very short video.
Play
It's
the
not
video.
long. You know? Okay. So did y'all think it was an attitude though? Is it an
You
attitude?
need the hotspot?
I think for thinking I was younger, if I wasn't getting my way, then that's what you were at the time. Now that I'm a grown man, I just don't engage in that in any way that primarily because I ain't trying to
Men
hear
are
anybody feel.
afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do? Nasty, like a little attitude, puckered lips. The puckered lip. They're tired. They're tired.
Yeah, I
They're
like
tired of being
that.
made fun of. They're tired of being, abused. They're tired of getting, oh, I'm a meme now. Because why? Because I looked your way for 2 seconds in the gym. I saw a video the other day. A girl's like, men are afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do?
Okay. So do the men feel like that? I have another one. Do the men feel like that?
I personally feel like when I call somebody a bitch, it's because I'm not getting my way. That's pretty much what it is. If I'm not getting my way, that's what forced me to say what I said. It's because I wasn't getting my way, which means that I'm personally being immature at that moment, right? So for me, I will rather you talk to each other or define yourself as that. Now, when you turn the lights on, if you say call me that, then more than welcome to have it. But in my mind, I just cannot devalue a female. And the other thing, even if they call you low value, that doesn't mean they're not getting what they want from you. That you cannot let anybody else define you. You must define yourself. And that's my issue with all of you.
If I call you a bitch, it's because you're acting like a bitch.
I don't know who got this feedback, but it's really bad. It's really
Yo,
bad.
Goddess is a comedian on the low, cuz.
I got that video for y'all. Y'all ready for this?
The Lord trying to tell you something, messing up your mic.
Okay, now this one kind of bothered me a little bit. Let me try to get it on so y'all can hear the whole video.
So bad. What do we do historically that was so bad?
You stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers, even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. Now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us.
Not to lie to you, I support this. Moses is right.
I just have one question. What did Black women do to Black?
What?
You sound like the victim. Hold on. The woman in the beginning, the bald woman.
Yeah.
I can't stand her.
Okay,
can't stand
guys, I it's a lot of females that can't stand me. Hold on, because I got about 20 more minutes, actually less than 20 more minutes up here, and I want to say something.
Not you, Lola. I adore you.
Yeah, I think she's beautiful and very intelligent.
Listen. Okay, here I think the guy talking just now, the whole spew he just gave is the exact reason for this show. When we say men love bitches, what he just said proves that, listen, you don't like good girls, traditional women. You love bitches. Everything he said comes from a bitch. Now, how would you live that life if you don't fuck with bitches over and over and over and over again? And all I'm saying is, if you saying that women put you on child support, right? Why aren't you married to them? Okay, never mind that. You want to talk about how a woman dressed. That's the first thing you notice when you see a chick. Why you put your raw dick in it if that's the first thing you can tell about a bitch before you even know her name? So
Preach.
Then you talk about being called homosexual. How many times does a female need to call you homosexual before you be like, you know what, I'm good? How many times?
Maybe I am.
Okay, I don't know. Then when he talks about what they say that we're killing women, nobody is saying that the CDC and the police and everybody else that do data, okay, says this is what's happening with black women being killed at a certain rate. That's not black women.
Mhm.
We don't own no institution in this country that does that. Not one.
Right.
Okay.
Men kill everybody.
So when he talks about you ridicule us when we try to bring our families together, 80%, like they said, 80%, but you're bringing your families together. Only 30% of men are married, but you're bringing your families together. And half of that 30% of men are doing things that cause their marriages not to work and go into breakup. Because trust me, just because someone went to the court to file don't mean they're the reason why the breakup happened. And when I say breakup, I'm not saying the legal marriage end, because you can put paperwork on anything, but when a relationship is done, we know the difference. So that dumb shit that he just got finished spewing is the reason why I'm saying that, listen, the only reason why you get caught up in his lifestyle is because you love bitches. You go from one bitch to the next bitch, and then you complain that you ain't getting what you want, when in reality you are getting what you want. You got the big booty hoe that you always want to fuck with in high school.
It's a big booty hole.
You got her. You got the one that you wanted, but you mad that it comes with water and wet. And my thing is, as a grown woman, I don't sit and listen to men complaining too much. Now, I will listen to complaints, but not too much. At some point, I got to cut you off, because my wiring says men that complain are not men that will protect. They're not men that know what to do. So he can talk all day about child support. Child support is only going to take up to 27% of your income. If your income is mostly child support, it's because you got a dirty dick and you've been putting it in everything, no condom. Seriously.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Because real nigga shit, like that dude sounded like he was zesty, like he liked men anyway. Because if we have an issue with a certain woman, we just avoid the woman, bro. Women outnumber us. Why are you sitting there complaining about the women that you encounter that are not treating you right when you just try to find you a good one?
You know what, B-Stack? You're sounding like a pick-me. B-Stack, you're sounding like a pick-me. And I'm going to ask you.
I'm a picking nigga.
It's just real talk. Guys, it's just real talk. The first thing a man sees with a woman, right, is how she looks. That's the first thing you know. And a lot of men will read a chick off rip based on how she looks. So how is it that you got her pregnant when you seen off rip what type of chick she was? Off rip. How did a human being get here when you seen it before you even knew what her name was, sir? So my thing is to stop complaining about these women and make a move. I don't care what move you make, but just make a move. If you want to go to other countries, you want to date other men, you want to join MGTOW, whatever you want to do, just make a move. But don't be complaining about your choices. And I would say the same thing to women, because there was this conversation about women complaining about like picking the wrong men. Listen, we can have a conversation all day long about the dumb shit that women do off rip, like we don't understand and shit. We can, but tonight we talking about why women are bitches. And the reason why I voted myself that way is because Evolution knows. Since I've been on YouTube, I've been known as the Dragon Lady. People literally call me the Dragon because they were comparing me to that old dragon from the Bible, the devil. And that's why I just kept the name. I'm like, listen, I'm just keeping the name now, baby. And if you give me a reason to be that, I'm gonna be that to you. But see, that's the thing. I don't do what I do online because that's my personality type. No, truth is, my role in life is to cause somebody to grow, whether it be myself, my children, other men. When I challenge you, you either gonna stand up or you gonna fold. You don't got no in between. So if you can't stand up, nigga, you folded. So fight back. But the thing is, with me, I'm not gonna roll over. You gonna make me roll over. And if you can make me roll over, then you want some shit. You want some shit. And I respect that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the type that can't roll over, but listen, you ain't gonna like blow me over. No, you gonna make sure that you assert authority over my type. That's the type of female I am. And every man ain't built for that. Every man ain't built for that. And I'm not saying that they have to be. But truth be told, some men, literally any type of pushback from a woman will make him fold. Other men, they don't mind the pushback because they understand their authority and they know what they know. My thing is, I respect both, but I know my lane. I'm not the type of female that's gonna fit in with that type of man, and vice versa. But a lot of men don't know that I'm not really a bitch. I'm just not the bitch for you.
Right.
No, you could be that, just like God has said, you could be that bitch that they claim to be. If you give them, they give you the wrong attitude, the wrong demeanor, they treat you wrong. Then you could give them that, but you're not naturally that.
If you are looking for if you're looking for somebody to lead, then you need to actively find that leader. If you're looking for a partner, you have to actively look for that partner. You can't just be like, it's not like a application process. You have to be a willing participant in the whole activity. And I don't think a lot of people want to do that. They want to look at you and have all of your information on the screen, like social media. They don't want to put the effort in to actually get to know you.
Can I give the men a jewel real quick? One of the reasons why out of all the videos that I had that I didn't see, sometimes a woman is like a bee because she's tired of you. She's just tired of the nonsense. She's tired of the fact that you're so retarded that you can't get it together and see that you have a good woman. She is tired of you playing like you were 2 years old and like you got your mama in the house. You got what I'm saying? It's going to wipe your ass. You got what I'm saying? It's going to make your meals. It's going to lay down on her back when you need it. You can't pick up your drawers, let alone, you got what I'm saying, the garbage. You can't wash a dish when she's sick. You get what I'm saying? You can't function without her. You got what I'm saying? You need her for everything. Sometimes the black woman is tired of the nonsense. And let me tell you something. If that woman is a bee 24/7, she just will not let up on you. You are on your damn way out the door. Some type of way. And you better be careful because 9 times out of 10, she being that bee because she is working on the new nigga. Excuse me. She is working on the new dude. Let me tell you
On the
something.
new nigga.
The new dude is coming in with a vengeance. The new dude is coming in so hard. that he
But
not
wait,
gonna
wait.
to your sweater, to your jerseys out the door. Matter of fact, the new dude is so good that he probably gonna wear that thing and show you that you wasn't man enough to keep your woman. And then what you know what he gonna do with your woman is? He gonna treat your woman like you should have treated your woman. You gonna be outside with the real bees, the real hoes, wondering what happened. You got what I'm saying? Sometimes we just tired of y'all black asses. That's just what it is.
I think.
Can I rebut that? Can I rebut that? Because why, if the man is so not good, why did you choose to be with him? Why did you choose to make children with him?
For years.
Why did we go to that?
Now it's time for you to go, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Every woman has a breaking point. And she started off nice. Y'all had them good couple of years, and you just still couldn't get it together. Yeah, she going into bitch mode. I mean, R. Kelly when a woman's fed up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have to go.
And
I don't have
if I
to
can
go
add
to-
to you, if I can add to you, Evo, I just wanted to say exactly. We don't understand. You want to say we chose wrong. However, men aren't holding other men accountable to be better so that we have more choices. When do y'all start yoking the necks of the men that are representing you? You want to ask this lady if she represent our women? Yes, the fuck she does. She's a black woman out here working hard, trying to do her thing. And just like the rest of us, we all might be different colors, might have different hair textures, have different backgrounds, but the truth still be told, we all can talk about the experiences of dating and being a black woman in this society. And the men are allowed. We lull you. We do not make you figure out your feelings. Y'all want to separate the two and go, logic is here. No, sir, your brain is connected. There are 4 parts in there, but they're all connected. There is no such thing as a logical person and an emotional person. Because guess what? We all have that. And when you don't understand it, you act out. What I find, and I say this, and y'all got it. We don't talk about coping skills. Y'all don't got none. You can't handle it. The rejection, cheating. She cheat on you once, child. She the worst. She is a bitch then, right? But we're supposed to, as black women, if y'all cheat on us, we supposed to understand a man's nature. So go on and take me with that shit. Y'all got it.
Well, I do
So I
agree with
don't.
you on that point because the red pill community does say that you have to respect a man's nature because we're naturally sexual beings. But at the end of the day, though, everyone deserves respect.
Sir, I'm a natural sexual being. I'm comfortable in my body. I'm comfortable when sex comes into the conversation. Maybe I'm far few in between, but I don't believe that. All that has to happen is we have to be able to have these intelligent conversations together. And when we're alone, y'all don't do that. You are pushing us or trying to get us. We ain't got to talk about that now, baby. I just want to be with you. I just want to hold you. I just want to touch on you a little bit. You are not trying to have sit down serious conversations. You don't even know whether or not you want to remember her name. So if we're a society that has allowed men to use women like toys, I'm not surprised that after 3 generations y'all still ain't got it right. So
I agree. I
I'll
agree.
leave it there.
All don't have it right. That's what I think.
If we
There's a very small select group of women that are great and a small select group of men that are great. And I believe that the 80% are not. Men and women.
second,
I
if
guess
we
I'm just really lucky because I don't meet these people, right?
okay, so
I am in this space.
hey,
Of
can I
course
get
I know you don't like me, but I literally was talking.
for 30 minutes?
I've waited. I've
Yeah,
waited.
she hasn't said much the whole show. But go ahead, Goddess. I'm gonna let you go next, Corset.
You know what? No. Go off, princess. It's all about you. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo.
She was waiting a long time though.
I mean, if we are not sexual beings, who are y'all messing with? I'm just curious. Like,
Be
it's
nice.
already in each other. Some women are bitches as a form of protection.
Yeah.
That's our security. And
Survival.
it don't work for me. I'm a bitch all day and they still come for me. That's how I know y'all like it. Because I'm a bitch all day, every day, except to the one that is mine. And all day, every day, they come for me. I have a lawsuit coming up behind it because they still won't leave me alone no matter how bitchy I am. They still come for me. I'll be quiet. And it's men and women. I'll be quiet. And they still come for me because I'm a bitch. And I will wear that cap until I find the one that is worth me not being bitchy. And if you're a real man, you will see that and keep coming for me. I have several men who, I was a bitch to him. I'm going to keep chasing that one because I want it. That's a real man. That's when I give you time. If you man enough to realize I'm prickly because that's how I need to move in safety, and you still mess with me, you man enough to walk with me. Think about that next time you approach somebody and they a bitch. Maybe
Real nigga shit.
How far you're willing to track.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, Corset, I agree with you, but I believe that the guys, according to the conversation that I had earlier about the women getting tired, is about if the guy is seeing that stuff is going around the house and going around the place, you gotta step up to the plate. You can't let things deteriorate in the house, and the woman has to be nagging. According to the storm, when the woman is fed up, you don't let her get the fed up stage. You do what you have to do. You step up to the plate. Like if the relationship started a certain way, you gotta step up to the plate. You can't let things go down the house and have the woman nagging. So therefore, I agree with that previous statement. With the woman begin fed up, you try to beat the man and do the things that you need to, so that she won't be fed up. So I agree. Like I told, it is old school stuff. Like I told, I'm 53 years old, so like I told, you know that as a man in the house, you have to do something. You know, you gotta take out the garbage. You know that if she like the toilet paper, turn this way, you don't turn it that way, and then she nag you. You turn it that way, and you be friends with her. They got certain things that a woman does around the house, so you try to keep that. You see, these guys are not trained. These guys want to. I don't like I told that. Feeling something that you need to put certain things in place. You try to make sure that it's easy for her. So like I told her.
Excuse me, Mr. Reed. I just wanted to pop in because I gotta go. I just want to say good night, ladies. I will see you next week, hopefully. But I will be in.
Good night, sis. Good night.
Lola.
Great topic, sis.
I have no
You want to do a
responsibility
final
for.
thoughts?
Oh, well, okay. Final thought is.
Wait. You know I got to do.
Oh no!
Yeah, because I'll make videos on this. Here we go, guys. We doing the final thoughts.
Okay. So I will say this, and I'll say it in proper fashion. Dear ladies, there's a time and place for everything, including being a bitch. You cannot be a bitch all the time. You cannot be accommodating all the time, because you will always find yourself in the same place no matter which one you're at, which is alone and frustrated. Just temper that bitchiness. And I'm telling you, as Miss Corset says, they will always be at the table no matter how much they complain. But that's why we're here, because we just wanted to be bitches and say, you love bitches and you don't want us to say it. But I love it, and good night. I have to hop, but it's been fun.
Mad peace, girl. Have a good one now.
Bye, y'all.
That was great. Thank you, Queen. See you next week.
Much love, Queen.
All right. Yes. Yo, this has been a great topic. Now I got a lot more videos, but I think we did a good job with those. We've been up here.
Can I
We've
say
been
my
up here
thought
like
now?
2 hours. Did y'all want to talk about any other aspect of it, or did y'all just want to do your final thoughts?
I would
like to say my thought now, if I could.
Wait, your final thoughts? Hold on. Let me do
No. Just to the conversation that I put on hold.
Oh,
I just
okay,
want to
yeah,
say. It's really easy to sit here and point fingers and say, this is what's wrong. But I took the time to recognize that I was the problem. And so I worked on myself. So then that way, when the man comes to me, he's not coming to me expecting all the conflict that he's received from everybody before. I don't think that there's a problem there to say that I'm the problem. I don't want to sit and blame and hold other people accountable for decisions I made. My feelings are mine. It doesn't matter what action happens outside. I control the behavior because that's a part of my character. So as a lady, I'm taking ownership of myself, and there is nobody else that I can blame if I've stepped outside of what I feel my character should be.
All right. Yes. Anybody else have anything else to say? Or if y'all want to do the final thoughts now, we can do it. I'll just play the video and everybody do their final thought.
Okay.
I'll just
Yeah.
So it's y'all. Y'all. Did y'all have anything else to say on the topic, or y'all wanted to go into another? Because y'all answered pretty much everything for me. I feel like we got to a solution, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all feel like y'all want to talk about any other aspect of it? We can't.
Well, I don't. I don't know. I don't know if we can, but what I would love to do is get into more of a sexual conversation, like the adult. Where are we as far as? I think Black people are prudish. I've always thought that. When I was growing up, for that time in my life, I was a good girl, so to speak. I did all the nice things that good girls are supposed to do in our society. But I also knew as I got older that this was some baloney and not for me. I'm not that woman. Don't mean that I'm less of a woman. I had to figure out what I wanted. And no, to your point, Goddess, there's nothing wrong with saying that you're the problem, right? Because we're saying that. That's why we say we doing work, because we are a part of the problem. I can't bring someone into my life just like he can't bring someone into our life. Nobody held a knife or a pow to anybody's neck. We chose both to go into this relationship. Now, once we get to know each other or figure it out that we're not compatible or we can't compromise, then it's time to go. All this, we gonna stick it out. We gonna work it. No, you're not. They suck in the beginning, they gonna suck in the end. Human beings have patterns, right? We know this. And we're traditionalists by nature. That's why the same shit happens every year. That's why everybody get married the same. That's why da 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 da. So over time, it's gotten to the place where people have pushed away from one idealism. And so I think what happens is that an idealism that was okay 50 years ago can't work now. That's in your circle with you and your mate. But as an overall, we can't go black girl power, but be submissive. Black girl power, but don't talk back to men. Girl power, keep your legs closed. But we don't talk about the sexual side of it. If I'm attracted to you, why am I wrong? Because I slept with you. Ain't that what you wanted? Ain't that what you came over here for?
You
Like
know
what?
Oh,
Now I'm the hoe, nigga. What? No, I'm just sorry. Go ahead.
No,
You got it.
okay, because
I
I was
agree. Good
trying
point.
to relate this to the whole B topic. So what we gonna do? We probably could take this over to Instagram. I'm gonna keep this in this lane, that lane we in. I want y'all to say y'all final thoughts, and if y'all want me to queue up the Instagram, then we can go ahead and talk about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna come up in that conversation. You get what I'm saying? But I want us to stick to the topic here. But that was a good thought. If y'all want to go,
I apologize. Yeah, go ahead. It just because it's just the way my brain works. Yeah, and it to me it always branches off. All of it connects.
Yeah, we're gonna do something with it. Don't worry about it. I just want to keep this to the topic because I know we be jumping around a lot. All right,
Yes, no problem.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the show. It is called Dear Ladies. It is where we all say our final thoughts after coming on this show, which is the Live Ladies podcast. And we listen to everybody. We form our own thoughts. And then what we do, because this is a ladies podcast, when you start your final thought, you say, Dear Ladies. And then you give them what you think and what will help out your fellow ladies, or your men if there's
That's awesome.
men, because we're gonna get the men to do it also. But you start off, Dear Ladies. You know what I'm saying? For the men, y'all can start off Dear Ladies and Men or Dear Men or whatever. But it is a ladies podcast, so you might want to give some encouragement and some help to the ladies. Okay? So are y'all ready? Because y'all know I like to put my little video. Y'all know I'm organized with this stuff. Y'all ready?
Get it, Evolution. Get it.
Sis, hit that gas. Let's go.
Yes, when your
Proud
picture
of
come
you,
up
Ma.
on the screen by itself, you're on. So here we go. All right. She'll go, Goddess.
Dang, you didn't even give me warning. I just oh snap. Sorry.
Who that pretty
Dear
smile?
ladies. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Dear ladies, just be mindful that your relationship is your relationship. Society can't tell you what's right. Society can't tell you what's wrong. If you meet somebody that is somebody you want to change for, make those changes. Who's to tell you you're wrong? At the end of the day, it's a lesson learned and it gives you greater experience for the next person. Take the time to enjoy it. We are going to miss so much if we keep looking to everybody else to tell us what our relationship should be. I'm done.
You finished or you done?
Next person.
All right, thank you, Goddess. All right, next up we have Ruby. Dog.
Dear ladies, please understand how powerful you are in your womb, in your heart, and in your mind. And just please understand that you have a choice in the matter, that you are so fucking dope that people would stop your evolution. Shout out to my girl Evolution. She doing her thing. There are companies in line to stop your evolution and stop you from yourself. That's how powerful you are. And if you don't have a divine source, you have to feel it from within. I promise you. And much love to everybody. Shout out to the panel, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Ruby Doll. Next up, we have Chocolate Thunder. I love that name.
Chocolate Thunder. Dear ladies, much love to y'all. However we come, whatever we think, whether we agree or disagree and see paths in life that's different. Does it make that woman any less? Does it make that woman any better? We are trying to hopefully come to the conclusion that ain't nobody after you in that regard. We can be close. We can look out for one another. And you can be who you are. That's the most important part. Be who you want to be who it feels right, what brings you joy and happiness. It's not a fairy tale to want to have your life with peace and be with a person that appreciates you and you appreciate them. It is hard work. It's not easy. No, they're not dropping. They don't, grow from bushes or anything. So ladies, keep your head up, keep pushing. And just the more you love yourself, that energy will pull who's supposed to love you right near you. All right. Have a good one. Evolution. Shout out to you, love. Thank you. I feel honored that you even asked me to come back. And I'm here for the support. Much love to all the ladies on the panel. I hope we all can, have that moment and talk about things. To the gentlemen on the panel, I want to say thank you. Just a simple thank you. Thank you for the respect. Thank you for even though, yes, I'm notorious for cutting people off. I'm working on it. But I do appreciate you, gentlemen. I do. And so I want you to know that. All right. Y'all got it. Evolution. No, I'm being good because I was ready. Well, I was lying. I got you next time.
That's true. All right, we doing good. And I'm going to put all the ladies together, right? So next up is Corset. I'm going to go behind you, Corset. Maybe. I'm thinking I'm going to figure it out. But here we go. All right. Unmute, Corset.
Unmute. Hey, dear ladies. This talk has been amazing. You are strong. You can identify as whatever you want. I personally identify as a B, and I'm the best B I can be towards men. I love y'all, and I want all of you to succeed. So when a man comes for us, I come for them. That's who I am. I want to let everyone on this panel know I don't come for you. I'm not trying to come for you. I want to love you. I feed off energies.
Love you too.
Constantly telling me, if you come to me telling me that I don't like you and I don't know you, that's not me. Because I love everybody. I show everybody the respect they earn. And it's okay if you don't like me. That's okay. I won't remember you tomorrow. I got brain damage. After this conversation, you gone. If you remember you don't like me and want to put that on me, that's okay too. I love all of y'all. I want us to build together. I want us to grow together. And Evolution, thank you for having me on this panel. Thank you for welcoming me. Always being loving. We think the same. We move the same. You a boss, bitch. I appreciate you. And brothers, thank you for joining us. Even if we don't agree on the same things, I appreciate y'all, just like Homegirl said. Thank y'all. And that's it. I'll be a B all day till I find the one I don't have to be a B for. I don't consulting.
Preferably Caucasian.
Yes, all right. Shout out to you, Queens. Now I would go before the men go. I'm gonna introduce you brothers, but let me go because
I gotta go. I gotta go, beautiful and gentlemen. I will see y'all. Please, find me. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. So everybody and anybody's welcome. Peace to y'all. Okay, have a good one.
And you.
Much love, chocolate.
Even though you're more caramel than chocolate, but
Wait till after I get out of the sun. Just you hold on to that. I'll see y'all later, everybody.
No problem. Yeah, sure.
All right. Matter of fact, let me just let the dudes go. I'll switch it around later. Here we go. All right. B Stacks, it's on you. Dear ladies.
Dear ladies, I am a Capricorn. I'm 38 years of age. I like long walks on. No, I'm stop playing. Dear ladies, I want you to know that not all men are against you. We're all in this world together, and we should all stick together as human beings and not be so much on separation of races, of gender, of anything, even sexuality. We need to all just stick together and try to make this world a better place for all of us to be good, men and women together, instead of just worrying about what are the issues are and not being able to fix those issues. I think that we should all just try to work on each other and try to work to be together more whole as a human race. Nothing else. That's me.
All right, that was good. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, next up, we got you, Richard. Here we go.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. There we go.
Oh, that nigga, yo, they pack that shit, son.
Yeah. Dear ladies, all I could say tonight from this show is that you ladies are beautiful, you're fantastic. And what men say about you, I don't believe. I believe you can think. You are rational thinkers, you organize stuff, you're leaders, you help build stuff. So therefore, just try to choose, just try to do you. And all you need to do is to select the man who you believe is qualified for you, because no one can come on a podcast and like a Samuel so and tell you exactly what to do. For at the end of the day, it's up to you to choose that man, whether he's $150,000 a year or $50,000 a year. It all depends on his moral status, how he operates, how he builds, if he loves you for you, and stuff like that. And that is basically, man, that's what can build a relationship, that's what can keep a relationship. And everything else, money, that doesn't count. It all depends on his moral status, and if he truly loves you for you, then he can settle. He can not be he will not go to pieces when you're constantly nagging, when he doesn't do the right thing. He would, if he loves you, he will do the right thing. And that is all I got to add to the show.
All
Respect,
right.
respect.
Thank you.
Good job. Yes.
Yeah.
The men are a nice addition to the dear ladies. I kind of like that. All right. Now it is my go. Okay. Let me get me together.
Get it, Evo.
All right. Dear ladies, if y'all are not paying attention, what we are doing as women on this show, it is episode number 4. There hasn't been a fight. There hasn't been anybody going to anybody's houses. Nobody went to jail. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely showing the ladies and the men that there are unity. There is unity between Black women. We are not all catty and nasty and just going after each other. And we can also get along with our Black men. Yes, it can be done. You see us do it every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Evolution Era Media YouTube page. So when they tell you it doesn't happen, you got proof. And what I want to say is, I am a woman, a Black woman, that is doing it for myself, that are making ways and avenues for myself and for my sisters. It can be done. You can do it. You can do everything you want to do. Don't let anything stop you, especially like our topic, the word BIH. You already know what that is. Let me tell you something. You give power to what you want to give power to. So if you know that is not who you are, then walk in your power and walk away from the people that are not meant for you. It is okay. And I'm gonna honestly say, I'm that boss B. Y'all do me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna stop, you know. And when I find my king, you know, if I already may have found him, I'm still going to walk in my power, and he's going to let me do that because he's going to be my equal and not something to dominate me or make me submit. You know, again, you see all the beautiful Black women, all the ladies here, and they're showing love, and we are trying to help you become the best you can be, queen. And we are also showing you that our men are beautiful too. There are some good men in the world. And you saw it. That's and you right. Keep saying it. So we're going to put that rhetoric down that our men are not good. Because we have a lot. You get what I'm saying? Stop overlooking. Right. You get what I'm saying? And get one to get you a ring. I'm waiting for number 3. It can be done, ladies.
Okay? I got to get like you, man. Okay. Get it, Eva.
If you ever forget or doubt yourself, just remember me, Evolution Brooklyn. Yeah, it can be.
I can't forget you.
Yes. And we're going to keep doing it. And one more thing. If you heard my name in this video and you heard it a lot, what I need you to do is go back all the way to the first Live Ladies podcast and count how many times my name was said in a month. Okay? And yes, you got to watch the whole video, the whole hours, because they say it quite a lot. At the end of the month, I am giving away a cash prize through my company. Yes, your girl's a boss B. I got my own entertainment company. I'm unstoppable. I'm the Black Superwoman. And I want to put some money in your pocket. But you got to support me. You got to like every video. You got to comment on the video. And you definitely got to be subscribed. Okay? So let's get it. Let's get this cash. You got to say a real talk. You know, we going up. And I love you guys. And I can't wait to see you next week with all my ladies and all my gentlemen. Okay? Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Live Ladies Podcast. And every week, we're going to make sure that we go up and we get you right. All right?
That's
right. Let me put my people back on so we can all say goodnight to you like we usually do.
Plus 2 brothers.
Yes, yes.
Backstage. Oh, there I am.
All right. So we out, y'all good. Everybody say goodnight.
Good night. And remember, no matter how many men you capture, you want them to stay. Have a good night.
Good night.
See how God has got me.
Yeah, bro.